Hey, welcome to Majestic Mayhem. I'm Death Dealer.
I'm Pink Pickles.
I guess we're here for a memorial tips.
It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. Bit late to that party, although there is one party night left, if that's what you do.
Hey, it's the kickoff to summer.
Yeah. So, how was your weekend been?
Uh, Lazy. So it's been good. Oh yeah, we took the weekend off this weekend, so hanging out. We were gonna watch a whole bunch of movies today, and instead we were watching they call it LawTube videos. It's lawyers who react to videos on YouTube, and we spent the whole afternoon watching LawTube videos. And I said, I don't know what this really says about us because all of the videos he was watching are all like police body cam videos. We had already seen all those videos. So I said, what does it say about us that we've already seen all of this that this guy is now reacting to?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It's been good. It's been good. Entertaining. Went out to lunch with my mom today, so that's always fun time. It's okay. Tiny Giant happily entertains her. My mom is very much child oriented.
Yep.
Hand her a child, and she's perfectly happy. She had a ton of kids, so
Yep.
she was sad to leave us, like watch us go. She babies, give her babies, all the babies. So it's nice.
I'm not like a huge sports person, but I watched on Friday the sporting event of the year. Okay.
hmm
You know how the Indianapolis 500 is this weekend. Well, I don't know if you knew because I didn't know, but
I
it is
did not.
apparently. Okay, who
I
gives a
know what it
crap?
is, but
Yeah,
I didn't know it was this weekend. I usually hear about it after the fact.
exactly. Who cares? No one cares. What really
Well,
matters?
some people care. I mean, listen. If it's a thing for people to gather and like have snacks and alcohol, they're
True.
going to do it. And as someone who has gone to sporting events for only those particular, like I'm there for the snacks and the
Yep.
drinks, I can sympathize. So I mean, some watching somebody drive a car in a circle or an oval multiple times, if that's your thing, hey,
Well,
I'll drink to that.
even better than the Indy 500 on Friday was the very first Weenie 500.
Oh, I
Um,
did hear about that.
Yep. So here's the picture over my head. Here's the picture of the Wienermobiles.
Oh,
So the 6 Wienermobiles that go across the country, entertaining all of us, they had a race. So they did 2 laps on the same track that the Indy 500 is at. So, yeah, that's what I did Friday afternoon. I was at work and I didn't care, and I was pumped. It was a wonderful 20 minutes of my life watching Wienermobiles race. It was amazing. The
that's too funny.
They top out at 60 miles an hour, which I figured because they go on the highway, right? Um, the Slaw Dog won. So, Slaw Dog is from the southeast. So, what the heck is a Slaw Dog? Do you know what that is?
No, I really don't.
Yeah, I've never heard of it. Because okay, so the six hot dog regions. Let's see if I can remember these because I'm a huge nerd. So there's the New York dog, which I don't even know what New Yorkers are supposed to eat on their hot dogs because I eat my hot dogs plain, so I have no clue. Chicago dog, which don't they put relish or something on their hot dog? I don't
I don't.
know.
I've heard the name before, but I don't eat like anything but ketchup on my hot dog, so I don't know.
The Sonoran dog is from the Southwest, and I had to look that up. I don't know, but it has beans on it, which is disgusting.
It sounds like a chili dog. Isn't that kind of like a chili dog
No, it
type
was
thing?
beans. It wasn't chili, it was beans. I
Oh,
don't
it's
know, it was gross. So
that's
Southwest
okay.
is a Snoring dog.
Okay.
Then there's a Seattle dog. I don't know what's on a Seattle dog. I didn't look that up. So that's the Northwest.
Mhm,
The Slaw dog, and
mhm.
I'm missing one. I'm missing well, what's something Texas has something. What do they have? I'll have to think.
Barbecue
They have the chili dog. No, they have the chili dog down there.
makes sense. That makes
Mhm.
sense. That makes a lot of sense.
So Erickson
No,
says slaw dog is from the South where you put coleslaw on a hot dog. I just figured it was something more than just coleslaw on a hot dog.
no, it's usually pretty
Okay,
basic with names.
Southeast.
Like,
Well, the
what the?
slaw dog won the race. Like I said, they did 2 laps.
Mhm,
Uh, the New York dog, when they got the green flag, they pulled out ahead.
mhm.
Then the Chicago dog was leading for the majority of the race, but in the home stretch, the slaw dog pulled ahead, and it was amazing.
Hmm.
There were people in hot dog costumes. There were actually quite a few people there. Like, obviously, it's not a full stadium, but for a Friday afternoon, I was surprised at how many people came to watch Wienermobile's race.
Hmm. I mean, I would have gone if it was in the area and
Oh, I
it's
would have
okay.
too.
I mean, it'd
Would
be
have taken a day
interesting.
off work to go.
Yeah, I would hope that they're selling hot dogs at like a discounted rate or something, like
I hope.
specialty hot dogs or something, and not just, oh, you can buy a Chicago dog, a New
Yeah,
York dog. Like, no, 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 no. I want something
yeah,
like options. I want this like a Burger King thing. Like I want to order it my way. Okay,
yeah.
like, I want all the options.
It was funny though because when they in the beginning instead of singing the national anthem, the guy gets up and says, "Put your hands on your stomach," and they sang the Oscar Mayer song, which I thought was hysterical. I loved it.
Oh,
Then when they won, the drivers had like a giant like one of those giant cups that you would win, and it was full of hot dogs, and then they squirted each other with mustard, which I thought to myself, oh, I would have not wanted to win because I don't want to be squirted with mustard. That seems disgusting and smelly, but
yeah. I don't want to. I don't like mustard, so I
yeah,
don't
internet.
want it near me like that. But I don't like the idea of food on me like that. Like I've had Gatorade pour on me. That that that's
Sounds
enough.
sticky.
It was, but after running around a hot field under the
Yeah,
sun for like an hour and a half, you're like, you know what? I don't even care.
yeah,
This feels amazing for a second. You're sticky after 5 minutes is up, and that
yeah,
point you're already nasty anyway. So it just adds to it.
yeah.
Like, so, but
I think I have to add that to my list though. When I win my hundreds of millions of dollars, I'm gonna have the hot dog, the Wienermobile is gonna come to my house, to
mhm.
my neighborhood. I don't know. I'm gonna get a ride in it. I'm sure they won't let me drive it. Although for enough money, maybe they will. I don't know. But even I could be a passenger. I want to ride around in the Wienermobile. Sounds like fun.
I've always found that a lot of the the specialty vehicles from a lot of places, I find them kind of lackluster because not because some of them aren't cool. It is always cool to see like a giant bug mobile or the giant
Mhm.
hot dog mobile, whatever. But you don't see them really very often.
You
It's
don't.
hardly ever, unless you live in like a major area. That's bogus, man. That's absolute.
I I did see the Wienermobile in person, and I got a wiener whistle from the truck. This was at an air show in Dayton, Ohio. They had an air show, and the Wienermobile was there, and I was like a little kid, and I was so excited.
Oh
Yep.
gosh.
Yeah.
Sure.
So that was pretty much the highlight. That was the highlight of my month right there. Is the Weenie 500. Oh, you have a request. You're gonna sing your song?
No, you guys don't want me singing. It's okay. Nobody wants me to sing. It's I don't want me to sing. How about that? No, we're gonna pretend I didn't see that. I don't know what you're talking about.
So do you go to barbecues this weekend? Do you care that it's like the unofficial kickoff to summer? Do you care, or is this just another weekend to you?
See, that's kind of a tough question because it's during certain times, yeah, it means something, but other times, because of the weather here, it's not really like
It's not the
summer
kickoff to
started
your
a
summer.
while back.
Yeah.
Summer started a few weeks ago. I mean, is it still winter when it's 89 degrees? Can you, if it's 87 degrees is it still winter? I mean, mm, so we've had, but oh, good lord, sorry about that. But on the bright side, the water parks are opening up. I mean,
Okay.
so that's cool. I don't think they should really close down to begin with, but that's just me. But then again, I know if they didn't close, people would absolutely go on the few winter days we
Yeah.
have where they have no business swimming. People are smart like that. But I do like
Yeah.
the barbecuing though. That's always a bonus.
See, I don't care at all that it's Memorial Day. I don't go to barbecues. I don't go to people's houses. I don't see people. So I don't really care. I'm just happy because I have a day off of work. And I get to sleep in. Although it sucks is like I'm so tired right now. I had a day to sleep in and I've been up since like 6 o'clock. I couldn't go back to sleep. It sucks. Yeah. So let's hope tomorrow I sleep in. If not, maybe I'll have to take a nap.
Around here, it depends on if you can sleep through a ton of fireworks because I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's fireworks going off in the neighborhood around me and in other neighborhoods as well. And there have been fireworks going off the last few nights. And there will be fireworks for the next few nights afterwards, during the week too. And if you're thinking to yourself, well, I mean, they'll probably stop during the week at like 10, 11 o'clock because they got to get up in
No.
the morning. Like, even midnight would be like an almost acceptable time because like people got to get up in the morning, right? Wrong. They'll be out there until like 3 a.m.
Oh God.
And don't get it confused because I'm pretty sure they took the entire week off because I have one neighbor that has a karaoke machine. How do I know they have a karaoke machine?
So
You
they
might
do
be
it in their
asking yourself.
backyard.
No, no. That would be a better explanation. No, they have the world's best surround sound system in their house. And even though I assume the windows and doors are closed for the most part, it is so loud you can hear it.
So can you put your requests in their mailbox? You can ask them to sing "I'm a Barbie girl."
Uh,
Put a little note in their mailbox.
well, because you can tell when someone does go in and out because you hear the music get louder and things.
Yeah.
If you're outside when that happens, you can yell a request to them, and because by 10 o'clock they are so hammered they're down for whatever.
Yeah.
It's a vibe. It's a whole vibe. You can yell a request to them, and if they have it, they will sing it. And if it's really something they're enjoying singing and multiple people want to take turns singing it and it's not something they can all take like sing together, you will hear that song a few
Over and
times.
over. Oh gosh.
Like it's very wild. I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting,
See,
especially if there's other parties going on too, because it's like a battle of the music.
see, I don't care what anybody does, but I don't want to hear you inside my house when I have to go to bed. That's where I draw the line. During the day, like I might get a little bit annoyed, but it's during the day. What am I gonna do?
Mhm.
But yeah, when people are like, if you're shooting off fireworks at 3 in the morning, I'm pissed off at you.
For the most part, you can't hear it loud enough to where I think it would keep you up, unless you're a very, very light sleeper, in which case, I'm sorry, your parents should have, vacuumed around you. Um, I personally, I can sleep next to a stereo
Yeah.
blasting. Like I've actually fallen asleep at parties right next to the speaker. I don't care. And I'm not saying like pass out. No, no, no. I
Just fall
literally
asleep.
went to bed. I was like, I'm done. You guys do whatever you want. I'm going to sleep. I meant it. I don't care. I can sleep through anything. Used to piss my mom right off.
So
Didn't
now,
you hear the chaos? No.
are fireworks legal all year round in Florida? Like, because people this whole week they're gonna be shooting off fireworks. Can they just can like right? Can it just be like a random middle of the week in June and they're just going to town?
I really don't know. I do know fun story time. Like it hasn't been one long ass story anyway. Um, at one point in time, you used to had to you had to sign a piece of paper when you bought fireworks that said you were using the fireworks that you were buying at this present time for gopher hunting, um, mole control, and something else like scaring birds out of trees. That was the other thing. Yeah, you were getting pests out of your yard or
Yeah.
something with these small
Mole
explosives.
control.
Um, because no fireworks weren't legal at one point in time, but I do know at that time we were having an issue with a drought in
Okay.
and that happened for a few years.
Yeah.
We don't have to sign those papers anymore when you buy fireworks. I don't know if they just stopped caring because we don't have an issue as much with water, or if people just, figured I guess there were other things to worry about. I really don't know. I
See,
have been
you can't buy fireworks here. It's like 2 weeks
mhm,
around July 4th. I think it's 2 weeks. It's like it can't be just 1 week. It's probably 2 weeks.
mhm.
And then at New Year's Eve, it's only like a day or two. So you can't even buy them. So we're only 45 minutes from the Pennsylvania border, which you could buy them in Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
I don't buy fireworks, so I don't know. But supposedly, if you go right over the border, they like won't sell them if you have a New York ID because they know that you're not supposed to have them. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what people say. So luckily, like we don't have fireworks this weekend. We won't have to deal with it till July 4th.
I would
But we
imagine
do have neighbors who shoot them off all night long, and it's annoying.
I would imagine it'd be similar to living in a dry county. I can't imagine them really not selling you something because you live in a different county. How do they know you're not there on like a weekend trip or something?
Well, totally
Things
different
get
state
full.
though. So it's because you're. I don't know if it's like they only sell it to state residents. If that's how they get around it, I have no clue.
It's weird. That's really weird. Do you have to sign a paper like saying you're using it for
Well,
pest
no, because
control?
well, I don't know. But like I said, I haven't ever bought them, so I really don't know if that's even true. That's what people say.
Oh no, they do
But
use them for
but
that.
In Pennsylvania though, I think that you could just buy them year round. So I don't think they care what you do with it.
You've never taken one of those oh good lord, one of those poppers. It lit it and dropped it in an ant pile.
No, but you could. I have bought. It's basically a smoke bomb for like groundhogs. That
Mhm.
I did buy those and put them in the hole.
Mhm.
Yeah, most of the smoke came right back up out of the hole, and I watched as the wind blew the giant puff of smoke, and I was like, "Well, thank God that blew not into my house, and I don't know whose house it went to." But oh, Frank said that they do sell it to you if you go to Pennsylvania, but they give you a paper you're supposed to give to the cops if you get pulled over. So I guess if you go buy fireworks from Pennsylvania, don't drive 90 on the highway on the way back. Don't get pulled over.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, listen, if I've got something that's not necessarily supposed to be in this county from another county, I'm not really trying. Who's trying to get pulled over anyway? Like, under
You
any circumstance, who's ever gets in their car and they're like, I wonder if I can get a cop to pull me over today?
I don't know. I feel like the people who have massive quantities of drugs in their cars drive worse than everyone else. It's almost like they do want to get pulled over because you're driving 90 and weaving in and out of traffic and just doing stupid things and then the cops search your car. They're like, oh, here's a kilo of coke in the back. Like, what were you doing?
I mean, you would think that if they're going to be taking them on like even a low speed chase, they would try and dump whatever illegal drugs they have in
We
their
just
car
one
out.
one of the
Get a
one of
ticket for
the
littering instead. It makes more sense.
one of the body cam footages we watched earlier. I don't know. I forget why they got pulled the guy over. The guy shot at cops and he was out on bail. So
Mhm.
he's in a completely different state now. But he has out right, so he has pending charges in another state for shooting at the police. The police pull him over. Um, in the trunk of his car, he had I don't know how you measure meth pounds. I don't know. He had a tremendous amount of drugs in the trunk of his car. And the cops were dumb and they put him in the while they were searching his car because they're on the side of the highway. They let him sit in the passenger seat of the cop car, so then he stole the cop car. But again, the guy, right? Like you already have pending charges against you, and you have massive quantities of drugs in your trunk, and you're still doing things to get pulled over. Like, what's wrong with you?
I mean, yeah, I
I
can't.
feel like the people who are transporting illegal things, you're already not making good decisions. Of course, you're gonna break traffic laws.
Stupidity just runs strong.
Yeah.
I feel like this is probably going to be taken the wrong way by somebody, but hear me out first. I feel like a lot of people who commit crimes are too stupid to be criminals.
Oh,
And I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not saying that they're dumb people in general. I just feel
they're
like
dumb.
they are too stupid to commit a crime and get away with it. You know? Like
I always say that I'm glad that stupid people are criminals because then we catch them, right?
true, true. I feel, I mean, there has to be something said about the thought process that one's mind has to go through. It's got to be a series of mental gymnastics for you to make one bad decision after another. It's wildly impressive. It is. And you can't try to think of where they're coming from while using logic. I've said that to people because
Oh
they're like,
yeah,
I don't understand why this person did this, and I don't understand why they did that. You're trying to place logic where someone had none,
yeah.
none at all. You're placing common sense where they looked at that common sense and said, you know what? Not today.
Yeah, you'll never be able to follow. They did use logic, but it's like their own brand of logic. You no normal person will ever be able to follow it.
Yeah, people could be wildly impressive because, yeah, when they're committing crimes, they really are dumb. They really are. I guess, yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it is better that they're stupid. I mean, get them
I have
off
to
the
say
road
though, my favorite body cam videos to watch though are the drunk people. And I have to admit, I love when people get tased. That's like my most favorite thing because those are always the people who are so loud and yelling and like they want to act like they're big badasses and then they get tased so they fall on the ground and cry like little bitches and I love it.
I found a whole new niche in the videos that I like because I do enjoy watching those videos. Those videos crack me up, especially the military police videos. Those ones are usually my favorite because the people that they end up having to deal with in the videos are worth sharing are so entitled. The stupidity is
Yeah.
utterly unreal. I watched a woman try driving on a base and she said to the MP, "You don't have the right to search my vehicle." She had already been giving him a hassle already about showing ID and things, which you have to do if you go on a military base to begin
Yeah.
with. And she's hassling him about that. So finally he's like, you know what, at this point, just get out of the car. Get out of the car. So then she's, you have no right. I'm an American in an American country, in an American state. Da, da, da.
Yeah. Good luck.
Really? I know you can't be that dumb because it's like it's usually on a giant sign right
Yeah.
outside the base before you drive up to it that if you drive on base, they don't need a reason to search you. They just
Yeah.
do whatever they feel like.
Sometimes they just search every car depending on what is going on at the time because sometimes they'll come out and they have the mirrors on sticks and they'll just look under your car. Sometimes they everyone's got to open their trunk. Sometimes nope, every single car you're getting out, you're getting
Oh yeah.
searched. It's
No, they
just
do random
depending on
drug
whatever
searches. They
heightened
do
security
random
they
drug
have.
searches.
Yeah.
Don't care. My sister and my brother-in-law had both been stopped the same day for a drug search because they were doing random drug searches to all the cars on campus, or well, base. Sorry, not
Yeah.
campus. All the cars on base, and they do random DUI stops and whatnot. So obviously, everyone now gets the idea. So this woman saying they have no right, she starts rolling up her window telling him he has no business and things.
And
And
military police, they don't mess around.
she starts trying to step on the gas at this point.
Ooh.
They broke her window out, pulled her out of the vehicle so quick, with the quickness, and she's screaming the whole time, "You can't do this to me!" I died laughing. Like, you
Did she
can't
even
be
now, here's
serious.
the thing though, did she even have anything to hide? Because I love it too when people, they have absolutely nothing, they've done nothing wrong at all, and they end up getting themselves arrested just because they're just because.
No, she was just a d bag, just a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
No reason, no cause for it whatsoever. And the worst part was she even had a toddler in the car in the back seat.
Gosh.
And she's screaming, "You traumatized my toddler." It's like, no, ma'am,
You did.
you traumatized the toddler. I mean, you can't. No. Now, me personally, if I have to go on base, I'm cracking jokes and everything. Because, I mean, listen, they got enough BS to deal with that night. I'm not trying to be an a hole.
Yeah.
I got better things to do. No, thank you. You can keep me occupied for hours if you choose to be a dick like that. No thanks. I'm going to tell a
Yeah.
joke, make you laugh, and be like, "Have a good night, buddy. Bye."
Yeah.
There's
See.
obviously a reason I'd be going on a base. So I'm trying to get there. Not talk to you. No offense.
Yeah. See, I also like the when they go to, they have certain episodes just for airport police. They are the most patient people in the world because they don't even want to arrest anyone at all. They just want you to leave the airport is all they want you to do. But drunk people obviously are not rational, and even though they give you like 1,000 chances, it's amazing how many people still just don't go outside. And if they just went outside, that's all it was. They don't care what you do. They don't care if you stay in the parking lot. They don't care at all. They just want you out of the building, and people can't do it. And then I laugh too because now people have like motorized like coolers, and like some dudes like riding in the motorized cooler through the airport.
Mhm.
I love
See,
it.
when I had to go through airport security, I'll ask him, "What's the easiest and quickest way for me to go away?" Don't care if it's the X-ray thing. Okay, if you tell me it's a pat down, fill me up, bro. Can I at least get a drink out of it? I take a Starbucks, thank you. I'm getting on a plane, obviously. Can't get drunk and get on a plane. Found out that's not okay. You'd think that that would be okay considering they sell bottles of tequila in the airport. No, they don't appreciate it if you drink one of those and get on the plane.
Well, I don't understand why do you want to get drunk before you're going to be moving around and your stomach sloshing around on an airplane? Like, what's wrong with people?
You're asking the wrong question. What you should be asking is, why does the Dallas airport in Texas, why is their themed drink in their airport tequila? Riddle me that, Batman. But you can't have those drinks and get on a plane in Dallas, Texas. Why is that a thing? I wanted to get drunk before I got on a plane because I don't like flying.
Yeah, but then aren't you just going to get sick?
No, I fall asleep. You stay awake for those? The seats are small, people are gross. Why would you want to be awake for that? I don't care where you're sitting. I don't want to be awake.
I don't want to be awake either, but I don't want to throw up.
You who you throw open your wait. You're probably one of those people, aren't you? You don't. You've probably never puked and rallied, have you?
I plead the fifth. I can't. Okay, I fall asleep on planes, but I don't stay asleep the whole time, and I would just throw up. I can't eat or drink anything at all the whole day that I'm flying because I'll lose it. The first thing I do when I get on a plane is make sure I have the little barf bag behind the seat in front of me because I'm going to need it.
No,
Even
no.
if I take Dramamine, I'm going to need it.
No.
In college, one of my friends told me it was embarrassing. And I was like, yeah, I really don't have control over it.
Do you get motion sickness?
It's weird because not a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
in flying I do. I do actually sometimes in cars. Sometimes I have,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've definitely, even
See,
as an adult,
that might be
pull
why.
over and let me out on the side of the road.
That could be why I don't get motion sickness. So I've gotten it like a
Yeah.
handful of times in my life, and it was due to various and sundry things. Like there's a ride at Disney World, Mission to Mars. It smells like puke. It always smells like puke. It smelled like puke when it first opened. There are barf bags, but you know, it inevitably gets shut down to be cleaned all the time. I don't think anyone's made it over there
I
right
mean,
without getting
I
sick.
I love roller coasters. I've never gotten sick on a roller coaster. I love roller coasters. Never gotten sick on one.
Oh,
Um,
I bet I could get you on one
I've
that'll make you sick.
I've gotten sick on boats. I went whale watching, and everyone is on one side of the boat looking at all the wonderful whales.
Hmm.
Me and like two other people are on the other side of the boat by ourselves, sitting on the bench, puking our guts out into these little bags. All of a sudden, oh my gosh, this whale came up out of the water. It was so gorgeous, and like how it like, came up and through the air, and there was nobody in front of us. So we had the perfect view, and by the time like everybody ran to our side of the boat, the whale was already back in the water. It was amazing. The three of us just had this front row view. We're like, well, that was a perk to getting sick. Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny. Um, Actually, believe it or not, there is a roller coaster that we have down here that I think it gets quite a few people sick because of the way it works. It goes back and forth. It's like a slingshot roller coaster. I don't. Hmm, been on it once. That was enough. I love roller coasters. That was enough. Once was
Yeah.
plenty. Never again. Nope. I got off that thing and I was like, "What is that? Why do I? Oh my god! I think it got me sick." I couldn't get on another roller coaster for the rest of the day. It was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, I definitely I get motion sickness. Not all I mean, it's not horrible. I don't get it all the time, but when I was a little kid, yeah, my mom used to try everything on when we would go on car trips
Hmm.
to like feed us, not feed us, eat certain things, not eat certain things. It didn't matter what. Nope, I'm getting sick in the car. The empty Cool Whip tub in the back seat, getting sick. Like I said, even as an adult, it happens.
Oh, that's rough. Oh, that's gotta be rough.
Yeah.
That's gotta be hell going to theme parks 'cause you never know when it's like the motion sickness is gonna hit you from that ride.
I haven't been to a theme park in I don't know, 20 years probably.
Oh, that's even worse.
Actually, no, I take that back. We went to Playland,
Hmm.
and one of the rides I didn't fit on, but I even said to the guy, I was like, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to fit this one." So the guy goes, "Well, you guys can try it because it was a slow day." He's like, "You guys could try it." I totally thought this dude was grabbing my ass. So we leave and we get in the Ferris. I'm like, "Dude, the guy was totally squishing my butt." And Perry's like, "Me too." No, he was trying to close the gate, so like the gate was hitting it. But I totally thought it was like his hands like squishing on me.
Oh, that's great. That's too funny. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's too funny. Oh god. That's I'm the person to take to a theme park though, because if the ride doesn't quite, if you don't quite fit into the seat just right, I will help you
yeah.
fit into that seat. Just
And well,
within reason. Within reason. There
and so
are fixing
the
things in
guy was trying to get us to fit in. Like I said, I thought he was like squishing my butt. No, it was just the bar from the thing.
Oh, that's too funny. That's great. Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
I had one of the workers at a water park one time. I was going on the slide with my daughter in a tube. And the guy looks at me. He's a young kid, and he looks me up and down. And he goes, "How much do you weigh?" And I was like, "Excuse me, what?" He's like, "Well, you on this one, you want to put the most weight on the front so it goes faster. But if you want to go slower, sit in the back." And I was like, "Oh, you don't need to know my weight for that. I'm
Yeah.
obviously bigger than the small child standing next to me. You weirdo." Thanks. I'm assuming he was just so used to asking
Yeah.
because groups of adults and teenagers and stuff were, all around us. So I was nice to him, but I'm like,
Unless there's weight restrictions, like minimum and maximum weights, if it's purely a speed, why would you not just tell people, like, where to sit? What's with this poll? How disgusting is this poll?
Listen,
I'm voting. I don't know if we're supposed to vote in our
I
own
don't
poll. I'm
care. I
voting.
voted too. They ask,
Ew.
I don't know why we always have to ask
Ew.
for the nastiness. I don't know why it's always got to be about why we ask everybody about pineapple on pizza. I
Well,
personally find it offensive that people are still putting pineapple on pizza when some of us can't have pineapple, period. You're nasty. And you all need Jesus. Pineapple tries to digest you. I just want to say, yeah, it's got antioxidants and all that crap, but it tries to digest you. Think about that.
I'm not eating pineapple on pizza. And I'm gonna. Who's this person who eats mustard on pizza? You're disgusting.
Somebody actually voted yes on that?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
um, disturbed. And
I hope
holy,
they voted yes just to vote yes. I hope it's not because they really eat it, because that would be absolutely disgusting. If you really eat mustard on pizza, please tell us because I want to know more. Like, are we talking yellow mustard, like gray poupon mustard, honey mustard? What kind of mustard are we talking about? Are we dipping? Are we just squirting it on? Like, either way, this is gross.
we're not having pizza together. I can tell you
Yeah.
that right now. Whoever that, I'm not eating pizza with you. We can go have tacos. Don't be weird with tacos.
Frank said it
Don't
had to be
disrespect
Fred.
the taco.
See,
Probably.
I would never eat pineapple on pizza, but I don't know why. Like, to me, it doesn't sound. I mean, that doesn't sound good to me, but it also doesn't sound horrendous either. Just kind of like, whatever, you like it or you don't. Mustard on pizza, that just sounds nasty.
I don't really care what anybody eats as long as they don't get it near me. I don't really care. I can't. I won't. I won't like try to sit across from them while we're eating together because I don't want to look at it. But I don't mind if they're next to me and I can
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
eat
block
whatever
my
you want to eat. I
peripheral
mean,
vision.
I eat weird stuff. I'm not the food police, but I'm going to tell you that you're gross.
I will.
I'm
I
going to judge your
probably
food
will.
choices.
I probably. I'll be honest. I probably will tell you gross. I tell my one mom she eats really gross things, and it's not that the food itself is gross. It's the combinations in which she eats it that's very disturbing to me. Um, she actually eats mustard and pancakes.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
we don't eat pancakes
Ew.
together. Um,
Why?
there's a few other things.
I mean, I guess it is just bread, but
Yeah.
why?
Don't care. There's a few things she eats that, but that's just one example. Those are dishes we don't eat together.
Yeah.
I will eat normal things with her, like tacos, nachos, things of that nature that she eats plainly. Burgers, things like that. But no, there are certain things. No, no, I'm not. Mm.
Sir X-Men, he doesn't want mustard on freshly baked pretzels. That is a big thing that you get served is mustard on pretzels. I don't eat mustard at all, so I would never eat on my pretzels.
What is
And,
with the pizza toppings? All
and
three of those sound so nasty. All three of those are
the
gross.
worst. Oh, I there I voted. I'm vote.
Hold up. Somebody puts mayo on their pizza.
Wait, no. What's the worst pizza? I was me. What's the worst pizza topping? I voted for mayo as the worst.
Yeah, but who puts mayo on
I
pizza
don't
to
know.
begin with? What are you just making things up? I feel like he's making things up.
I
He's
think
doing
he's
this to
making it up
screw with
too.
us.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
no
not eating
way.
any of that on pizza. I'm just
There's
saying
no
mayo.
way.
I don't eat any of those normally, so I certainly wouldn't put them on pizza. So here's my question though: if we're gonna put mustard on pizza, like do we have tomato sauce and cheese, or like do you have mustard instead of your tomato sauce? Because I would think that mustard and tomato sauce don't go together. Same thing, like mayo and tomato sauce. That's Who's this celebrity that puts mayo on his pizza with pineapple?
That's just another example of getting a little money and people lose their damn minds. That's just nasty.
He's a voice actor. Joe Gadot. Gadet. I don't know. I can't pronounce names.
That's nasty. That's just nasty.
Mayo. Ew. That's gross.
Nasty.
Mayo.
Hold up,
Yeah.
wait. I saw someone do Skittles, bacon, egg, and cheese, and SpaghettiOs on a pancake dipped in.
What?
Oh, what was wrong with them? Were they on drugs? Like they had to be on drugs. Some of these people have to be on drugs. There's
Where?
no
What are
way
you
you eat
reading?
this
Oh,
stuff
I see it.
over.
Skittles, bacon, egg, and cheese, SpaghettiOs on a pancake. Like all of that is one thing. This is not like multiple things. Like
I
this
feel
wasn't
like
like a
someone
Skittles
did it.
pancake, a bacon, egg, and cheese pancake, and then a SpaghettiOs pancake. Like
Mhm.
this is all one thing together.
Yeah. Sarah X-Men, I'm with you. I only like mayo on certain things. It should not be, mayo is not for everything. It should only really be on like some sandwiches, especially BLTs. It belongs on a BLT for sure.
So no mayo for me ever.
Otherwise, mayo should not be used like that. That's just nasty.
See, I'm a Carlo. Pancake with Skittles sounds good. I yes, a pancake with Skittles, but not Skittles and SpaghettiOs and bacon, egg, and cheese together. But if it was just Skittles and a pancake, even a bacon, egg, and cheese in a pancake would be normal. SpaghettiOs on a pancake, eh. I mean,
That's
again, I guess it's just bread, but
people get weird with mixing things. See, and I've been called weird because I like bacon and cinnamon buns together. That's good.
salty and sweet.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I've been called weird for that. But here are people just putting whatever they want on pizzas and pancakes. Like, listen, Denny's has run the specials where they had influencers design a pancake dish thing. Some of those were really nasty, like really gross. It just looked like a diabetic coma waiting to happen to people that didn't even need, that weren't even borderline diabetic. Like you didn't even need to be anywhere near diabetes. And if you ate this, you were getting it.
Okay, so Frank has a good one. For $1,000, would
Mm.
you eat an entire small jar of mayo with a spoon? I need more than $1,000 because I'm gonna throw up. So I need 5,000. For 5,000, I'll throw up and then I'll keep eating for 5,000. For 1,000, I don't think I could choke it down. And I
Um,
guess it depends. How small is a small jar? That's the other question.
Listen, I'm going to be really, really honest, and this has nothing to do with morals, honestly. I could not do it. I would not make it through the first spoonful without throwing up. I have a thing with some foods. I have a very big aversion. I'm not a picky eater, but I am at the same time. And
Like I said, I would throw up in a heartbeat. I would because I don't even like mayonnaise. I think it's disgusting. So I would totally throw up. That's why I said $1,000 isn't enough.
yeah, I mean, listen, my mom tried to make me eat spinach when I was a kid one time, right? It was boiled spinach. It was nasty. It was really gross. She did not cook those well at all. But anyway, she made me sit at the table and eat it. And after that day, she never made me try to eat anything ever again because I took the bite. And of course, all parents were like, you better swallow that. Don't you gag on me. Stop being so dramatic. And yeah, nope. I lit out on the dining room table because she wouldn't let me turn to the side because I was being dramatic and faking it. Yeah, well, nope. I ruined everybody's fucking dinner after that. So yeah, ever since then, if it just disgusts me, I can't. I will absolutely toss my cookies right there before I can even get it past the chewing phase. Not happening.
So okay, do you like sauerkraut?
No. Mm-mm.
See, I don't like sauerkraut either, but for $1,000, I'll eat a piece of pizza with sauerkraut on it because I think I could eat sauerkraut without throwing up. I couldn't eat mayo without throwing up. Sauerkraut, I think I could. I can only eat so much of it, but I think I could eat it and not throw up from it.
Sauerkraut on a pizza. I honestly, that one, I don't know if I could or not. I might be able to choke it down because of the pizza,
Yeah.
but otherwise, no.
Spicy brown mustard would be disgusting, but again, I don't think I would get sick from it. Oh,
I
so
don't
Sir
even
X
know.
Sir X-Men has this is the easiest question ever. What do you make tuna with? Miracle Whip or mayo? Neither, because tuna's disgusting and it smells disgusting and everything about it is disgusting.
I like fish. Uh, I think Miracle Whip is a crime against humanity, personally, in any reason. Because anything that uses Miracle Whip is usually a crime against food. I'm looking
This is
at you, marshmallow fluff crap with tangerine BS and the Miracle Whip.
Waldorf
You're
salad. Is
nasty.
that what it's called?
I
Right?
don't know, but it the idea of the whole thing just grosses me out
Oh.
so much. Ugh.
Does
Ugh.
Miracle Whip and mayo really taste that different? I
Yes.
always I
Yes.
always thought it was like Coke and Pepsi.
No. It tastes
It's
very different. Miracle Whip is sweet. It's got a very distinctive sweetness to it. And mayonnaise does not.
okay.
It does not have that same sweetness. At least that I feel anyway. I mean, I it could be up to somebody else, but yeah, I feel like Miracle Whip is like spoonfuls of sugar and mayonnaise. I can't do it. It's gross.
I think it'd be better then. It's got sugar. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like any of that. So
Nah, nah.
Franklin said, "Would you eat tuna with whipped cream?"
No, God no. That's disgusting. That's so disgusting.
Okay. Would you rather have tuna with Miracle Whip or tuna with whipped cream?
Miracle Whip. That's an easy one. Miracle Whip. Yeah. If I have to choke it down, I will. It's not the worst thing ever. I just don't use it. That's all.
Sir
If
Exon
somebody else
said,
has used it in a dish and I'm at,
"Yeah,
I'll eat it. I won't complain, but I'm not buying
it's
it.
just it's just not what you're gonna pick."
Yes.
Sir Exon said, most people in the world make potato salad with mayonnaise. What else would you make it with? I don't even eat potato salad. I think that's gross too. But what else would you make it with? Or is this still the mayo versus Miracle Whip
Mayo
debate?
versus Miracle
Okay.
Whip, I think. uh, yeah, a lot of people do use mayonnaise with potato salad, but there are like 20 different kinds of potato salad, as the grocery store near me likes to recommend regularly. There's like 50 different kinds. In fact, now that it's, Memorial Day weekend, from here on out, they will have no less than 15 different types in one section. And there will be several sections throughout the way because, in case you're barbecuing, you're going to the beach or whatever.
Well, see, so this is why I don't like going to eat at people's houses
Mhm.
because people are gross. And I don't know what people are doing when they cook their food. And, like, is there going to be, right, like cat hair in it or something? Like, did you lick the spoon and then you still stir? Like, I don't know how people make their food. But I also don't like, right? Like, you're going to go and you're going to bring potato salad to a barbecue. And then the potato salad's going to sit out in the table in the sun all afternoon and get like rancid and people are still going to eat it. Like this is why I just want to eat inside my house.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
Cuz then at least I know what gross things I'm eating. I know you know what I mean? If I licked the spoon, I licked my own spoon and it's fine. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I personally, the gatherings I go to and that I throw, we don't leave anything with mayonnaise anywhere near the sun.
Yeah.
It gets brought out when we're telling everyone to make a plate. And as soon as everyone's done making a plate, we close the lid, stuff it in a cooler, and tell everybody, okay, this is over here in the cooler if you need it. It comes in a very convenient package, ready for you
Yeah.
to stuff in a cooler. Why not do that? Because, yeah, that is really gross to leave it out in the sun. I don't know why anybody does that. I've seen it. I get what you're saying. I can't eat a lot of people's food because of dietary restrictions. I don't have a lot of allergies, but the ones that I do have are always entertaining
Yeah.
because, unfortunately, it's one of the more popular summer fruits. So from here on out, for the next few months,
Yeah.
everyone and their brother is going to have pineapple on the menu for everything. So yeah, I can't. No, I won't test that because restaurants have almost killed me. No, thank you.
Yeah. Don't need that. Frank said potato salad sitting in the sun is the best. Maybe there are raisins in it, or maybe they're dead bugs, but it's a fun surprise. Just stir it up. Get it coated in that mayo. It's perfectly fine.
Oh, you're that
It'll
kind of
taste
white
the
wife.
same.
You get along with my grandma.
Raisins are gross anyways. They taste like dead bugs, right? Who cares?
There's a lot of, yeah, that's nasty. I would never eat that personally. Raisins do not belong in potato salad, but I have a grandma in the family who has made disturbing food choices like that, and she absolutely would put raisins in potato salad and think that's deliciously gourmet. She's a terrible cook. That's why we don't let her cook for holidays.
Yeah. I
We
don't
have
want
to tell
raisins in
her
anything.
she can bring napkins if she bring napkins. Don't worry about it, Grandma. Just bring some napkins. You really want to buy some? Get some rolls. Buy some rolls.
Yep.
You can't mess up rolls. Yeah. No. Just because they're old doesn't mean they can cook. That happens.
My favorite food to eat on the grill: hot dogs and a toasted bun.
Mm. I feel like a staple is hamburger, but I'll always take ribs if they got ribs because those are just or barbecue chicken. I don't care. I just like barbecuing. Period. I don't care what it is on the grill. You can cook it up.
I don't really like barbecue sauce. I mean, it's okay. Like I'll eat ribs and stuff, but like I don't want it slathered in sauce or anything. I'm not a yeah.
I'm disappointed. You got to be real messy with it. It's got to be like everywhere. I have
See,
to
I just
wash my
don't.
hands when I want to have to wash my
Oh,
hands because my napkin is strictly clean in my face when I'm done. My napkin is pointless and useless otherwise because just cleaning my face off, that thing is
yep.
going to be covered in sauce. So I need to have my hands so covered I have to go wash them and have somebody else turn on the sink for me type thing.
See,
That's
yeah, I
the
just don't like
barbecue.
barbecue sauce enough.
Oh, I do. I do. It's going to be good sauce though. There is some that just not great, but it is what it is. You guys are making me hungry again. Now I want to go grill something. I'm gonna go pop something on the grill.
See, I had a fresh baked. Well, it wasn't fresh baked pretzel, but it was like a soft pretzel before. I did not put mustard on it. Nope.
I prefer cheese with my mustard or with my pretzels.
So when you buy like the frozen pretzels, I put it in the air fryer. Some of them are pretty good, but they tell you like that you wet like to put a little bit of water on the pretzel and you can sprinkle the salt on it. No, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. You want to melt yourself some butter. See, and I don't even put the butter on it. I rip it into chunks so that I can dip it in the melted butter and then in the topping.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. It's
Hmm.
delicious.
That does sound
Try
pretty
it.
good. It does sound pretty good. But I really like cheese. Just saying. And yeah, Trinity, I agree. Sweet baby Ray's sauce. I got a bottle of that stuff in the fridge right now. This is amazing.
I don't know. See, I don't really go. I don't like going to cookouts because I don't like being in the sun. Although we do go to Perry's uncle's house. He's got in his backyard. He built this whole area in the backyard, and he's got a pizza oven back there. Oh my
Mm.
god, it's so good. And his wife grills. She makes this delicious chicken. I'll go to their house for barbecue all day long. So good. So good.
Oh, yeah, I
It
like
my pizza.
barbecuing. I will always go out for a barbecue. That I can do. I will. Very funny. It depends on who's having the barbecue. I've been to some barbecues that are so disappointing. Very disappointing. It happens, unfortunately. You don't realize they're not good barbecuers, grillers, party hosts. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Some people have been, you know what I mean? Like, I can't be the only one who's walked
Yeah.
into a party and been real disappointed. Like, I'm from the part where, listen, if you're inviting people over, I expect food. You don't have to necessarily have dinner, but you had better have snacks. And there had better be drinks to choose from. Apparently, some people didn't get that memo, but they still invited us anyway. Yeah, that's real disappointing. That's when you look around and you're like, man, oh shit, look at that. I'm so sorry. I gotta, I gotta go walk the dog. I think I gotta give him a bath or something today. Sorry, man. Have a good day.
See, well, I don't invite anyone to the house anymore. But when we used to have people in the past, yeah, I would always have snacks. You got to make sure you have a bunch of stuff. And even now, when we go to Perry's store and hang out, so we just order food,
Mm-hmm.
I still get like little bags of chips and cookies and stuff. So there's at least something to snack on while if you're hungry in between when we're getting food.
Yeah, like even before I had a kid, I used to carry snacks. You never know. You could be stuck somewhere for like an hour or two or 12 or, I don't know. I'm always thinking about being hungry. I get hungry and I get mean. So I carry food because I get hungry and I get mean and I better have food now.
Someone needs a Snickers.
So yeah. So I feel like if you're inviting me over to your house, even to hang out, I had better at least have the option of snacking. Like that's the least you can. I left my house. I put on a bra to walk outside. I have pants on. And the least you can do is offer me something.
Yeah.
Just saying. I could be wrong. I feel like I'm not the only one who says this though. Any woman would be like, "Yeah, I put on pants on a bra. Feed me, fucker."
Yeah, if I come to your house, you better have food for me. I feel like Milfman's just making this stuff
Wrong
up.
with you? I feel like you
What
are
what
too.
is a
I'm
grape
not.
honey bun? I
No.
obviously know what a honey bun is, and that's like the like prison currency. I know someone used to work in a prison, so I asked a million questions, and of course all that honey buns. But
I feel like you're just messing with me. People don't actually eat this grossness, and if they
or
do, they were.
they eat it just to get views, right? You eat it just to post on the internet that you're eating it, and then people watch it. That's all, because no one would really eat this stuff. But seriously, what's a grape honey bun? Is it like is it a frosted honey bun? So it's like grape frosting, or is the honey bun itself a grape flavor? I thought they just made them iced and non-iced.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You can call it whatever you want. I'm calling it a no. I don't want to know. This just doesn't sound good at all. I'm sure there's a lot of places that will make anything you want in the city. There's a lot of pretentious restaurants that'll sell you smoked air in a bubble for $100. You can't find anybody willing to make something.
Okay, so all this stuff are videos, so I can't like I was hoping like I could read. I looked up what this deli is. I can't read it because it's all videos. Like here's one. This is some sort of hamburger type thing, but the bun are Jamaican beef patties. That's not horrendous though. I mean, I don't know how you'd eat it. It's way too big for a person to eat.
Scooby Doo. You're gonna have to Scooby Doo it. Unhinge your jaw like a python.
But see, I can't. Well, here, okay. Here's an article about it because I can't. It was just Instagram videos. So how can I? How do I know what it is?
I feel like this restaurant is like the same place that did the cronuts. It's a fad. Enjoy the fad. I guess it's fun for somebody.
Okay,
I
this
don't
is
think the
like
cronut was that impressive, but that was me.
so. Basically, people will ask this guy for anything, and he just makes it. So he said Somebody asked for bacon, egg, and cheese between two danishes with cotton candy worked in. I mean, I love cotton candy, but why would I want it with a bacon, egg, and cheese?
No, no, no. Oh gosh.
Oh, the Jamaican beef patty thing. So it was chopped cheese, which chopped cheese is just ground beef and cheese. Um, Chopped cheese with mozzarella sticks, fries or hash browns, sandwiched between Jamaican beef patties. But again, like you can't physically eat it.
I mean, like I said, I feel like you have to unhinge your jaw, and there are certain
Yeah.
people out there that are really obsessed with particular foods, and they would absolutely do something like you will find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. You just have to be willing. I mean, I feel like this is along the lines of those ridiculous Bloody Mary setups that you can get in restaurants now, where
Yes.
it's like 50 things, like an entire course meal on top of your drink. Why? What? Why? Was that necessary? You have to get all that crap off usually to be able to even drink the drink. Like, was that necessary? Could you have not put the food on a plate like a normal
I know.
human?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do things for the gram. That's the thing. For the gram.
I don't know what Frank's talking about. He said there's a high end grocery store that sells one strawberry for $20.
Mm.
Where like I don't hear about these things. So next time wants to know why we deep fried a Snickers bar. I'm actually on board with that. I'll deep fry pretty much anything. Give it to me. I haven't eaten one, but I would if I had the opportunity. I'd eat one. Ever had deep fried ice cream? That is delicious.
You want to know why we deep fried a Snickers? I'll tell you why we deep fried a Snickers.
Because we're fat Americans.
America. That's why. America.
Yeah.
Because we can. America. It's America, not American. Okay? That's why. I can't even take me seriously. Listen, who the heck thought it was a great idea? Don't get me wrong, fried ice cream is good. I will be the first one to say, who the hell thought that was a good idea? Let me drop something in a bunch of boiling oil that is actually usually, if I'd done this with water, it would just straight up start fire. But let
Yeah.
me drop frozen creamer. Like, who thought that was a good idea? I want to know. And my other question is how many accidents a year happen because of somebody trying to fry ice cream that probably shouldn't be frying ice cream?
Probably a lot. Isn't it like in the Midwest when you go to the fair? Don't people have like deep fried ranch or something like that? Because everyone in the Midwest eats ranch dressing.
That I couldn't tell. Somebody that lives there answer. I know down here in Florida, we pretty much have everything deep fried at our fairs and things. It doesn't matter if it's a big fair or a small fair. You're going to find deep fried things that have no business being deep fried because they're already egregiously overly rich. I mean, I've seen deep fried cheesecake on a stick.
I
Was
need
that
that.
necessary? Probably not, but we did it
Oh.
anyway. I mean, yeah, they will deep fry anything. Deep fried hamburgers, they take an entire hamburger bun and all and deep fry it. I don't know why, but it's good. I'm assuming you see a lot of people eating them. They
No.
deep fry anything. Oreos, ice cream,
Yeah.
pretzels. Pretty much, if you hell, I can't even say that.
That's
Pretty much, if you can eat it, they will deep fry it.
that's what I'm saying. I'm on board with the trend of deep frying things. Yeah.
Mm, dreadful. That reminded me. Yeah, they had a hamburger in between glazed donuts, deep fried. Why? Because America. That's why. And people were eating them, buying them. They were standing in line for them because America. Oh
Oh,
my gosh.
Milfman sent me the it's a YouTube video about the chopped cheese on a grape honey bun. I'll have to watch that later. I still can't believe they make grape honey buns. I didn't know that was a thing.
I don't think I want to
And
know.
and I just looked up the strawberry.
Uh huh.
Okay, it's flown in from Japan. It's a $20 strawberry flown in from Japan. And apparently, high end fruit has long been popular in Japan, where prized melons regularly cost hundreds of dollars and occasionally sell for tens of thousands. In 2016, a single bunch of ruby Roman grapes sold for more than a million yen, which is about 270 pounds a grape.
Wow. Imagine if that fruit went bad, waiting in the
Whew.
fridge for you to eat it.
Yeah.
Ooh, my.
So these strawberries, the $20 strawberries, would require a lot of skill and special techniques to grow, and unlike berries in the US, are meticulously monitored for quality and taste.
I really hope they're given filtered water and hand depested. Someone goes out there every day and debugs them like, oh no, 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 no. You're coming right from there.
I want to know if this strawberry, like,
I think it just tastes
I
really
can't
good. I don't
I
think there's
can't
any
tell how
extra
big it is. There
benefit.
is, yeah, there is a picture of it in the case, but I can't, like, it's not next to something else. I mean, it does look like it's like a bigger strawberry, but still, I mean, $20.
I don't know if the $20 one strawberry is any different from the one, and it's like I've seen people that get like the package of six strawberries, and those are like $20 for the six or whatever. Um, those are normal strawberries. I feel like they're just more or less telling you they taste better, and then your mind's telling you they taste better because, like, I mean, it just might be me because I'm broke. I don't know, but the ones I get from the store that are like, four bucks for their little container, the big container or whatever, those are pretty good during certain times of the year because you buy them in season. When you buy them out of season, that's a game of Russian roulette where you don't know what you're getting. But if you buy them in season, like 90 out of 100 times, they're delicious, regardless of where you buy them or how expensive they are. So I feel like, yeah, $20 for a strawberry, it's just a placebo effect. That's what it
And
is, a
the
placebo.
the guy like wrote an article about it. He said that the $20 strawberry is the same size as a normal strawberry, so it's not even any bigger.
Yeah, see, and if you wait till strawberries are in season too, you can actually find certain stores that have like the oversized big strawberries. Well, they're not that big, but they're like this big. You can get a box full of giant strawberries for less than $5. I'll take those over.
Sarkson said this is just as bad as the poop coffee beans. I'll pay $20 for one strawberry over the poop coffee beans. I'll tell you
I
that
would
much.
rather buy the strawberry than the coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like coffee, but I'd rather buy the strawberry.
And Frank said he had deep fried cheesecake on a stick at the fair. I haven't been to the fair in a few years. Maybe I need to go back if they have that. You know what I did have at the fair though? I had deep fried spaghetti and meatballs on a stick. That
That's
was pretty delicious actually because all they do is they take spaghetti and meatballs and kind of mold it into a popsicle shape, and
mm.
then they have breadcrumbs on the outside, and then it's deep fried. So that was pretty delicious.
I've tried fried cheesecake on a stick. That's good. I've tried Oreo. I haven't tried butter. I've always looked at it and debated it because I do like butter, and I don't necessarily mind just eating butter. I know that sounds weird. I don't eat butter by itself like that as an adult, but I think all little kids that eat butter have taken a stick of butter and just taken a big old bite out of it. All mothers had the same reaction of, who bet the goddamn butter again? I just put the stick out. Yeah, we've all been there. I don't know. I just can't get past the idea of it's not just really just butter I'm eating. That's absolutely going to clog my arteries, but I'm going to deep fry it on top.
Yeah, see, deep fried butter I don't get because I don't want to eat just butter. I want butter on things. I
I
want
don't
things
mind
dipped in
that.
butter.
I just can't. The old lady in me says that that's not a good idea. It just the old person in me says you probably shouldn't do that. I eat enough salt and butter as it is. If I could die, I would have a heart attack, I'm sure. Luckily for all of us, you can't kill
I know you kill the rest of us.
me.
Oh yeah, speaking of being killed, did you see the article? Oh, do I still have it open? It's nothing to do with food at all. I guess it has to do with being killed. In what I have to see what country this was in. In Argentina,
Mm-hmm.
some lady and her two kids were watching Final Destination, and she got towards the end of the movie, and one of the ceiling tiles fell and hit her.
That actually happened. I thought that was a BS story. That was from
Yes,
one of the old ones.
no, so the story because I keep seeing the story online, but
Yeah.
the photo they have with it is not the right photo. That photo is like the whole ceiling collapsed.
Yeah.
I found the article about it, and it's not the whole ceiling; it's one ceiling tile, and it hit the lady like on her knees.
Huh.
So the lady got hurt,
Uh
but
huh.
I mean she's not dead or anything, but she got
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my god, can you imagine? It was all the way towards the end of the movie. Of all the movies, I mean, that's just going to scare the shit out of you.
I'm buying a lottery
Any
ticket.
movie. Yeah,
I'm
any
buying a
movie at
lottery
all.
ticket. I'm buying a lottery ticket and I'm staying away from fire escapes, log trucks, roller coasters, airplanes.
And she said they weren't even planning on
Blizzard.
going. It was her birthday, and they were out and about, and they saw the theater, and the tickets were cheaper because it must have been middle of the week.
Hmm.
So they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll go to the movies."
Oh, that's crazy. That's but that actually reminded me of another story. Um, there was a lady, bad decisions, bad choices, folks. She was at home with her boyfriend, or no, I'm sorry, it was her husband. Her husband earlier in the week, and she supposedly accidentally shot him while singing the song "Click Click Boom."
Okay, I don't even know what song that is, but okay, so she has a gun and she's bopping around singing "Click Click Boom," and then accidentally shot the guy.
Yeah, she pointed the gun at him, pulled the trigger while singing a song. Well, I mean, I don't know how far in the song she got. All I ever think of is click, click, boom. I don't care what the rest of the song is. I know the song. Nobody cares. Um, Something about being on the radio station or whatever. But, anyway, the whole thing is click, click, boom. Singing that song, she pulled the trigger, pointed it at him, and apparently she didn't know there was a bullet inside of it.
Isn't like okay, I'm not a gun person, but isn't even me knows isn't the number one rule of a gun? Well, the top two are you don't ever point it at somebody, and you always assume it's loaded,
Mm-hmm.
right? Aren't those the
Yeah.
top two
No.
rules? And that's somebody who I'm not a gun person. I don't know anything about them. I don't own them. I don't
Yeah.
right. Like I know nothing, and
No.
I know the rules.
Those are the only two rules that really honestly matter. I mean, I was always told, yeah, you always assume the gun is loaded. You always assume the safety is off. You do not point it at somebody unless you are ready to shoot and kill them. Because listen, if you shoot somebody and you're not trying to kill them, they're going to get up and be extremely pissed off. So, I mean,
Sir X-Men just sent me the song.
prices are yours.
I've listened to that later.
You're gonna hear it. You're gonna be like, "Yeah, okay, now I see why it's apparently it was
I
an accident." Hey, yeah, she got arrested. Obviously, she's upset because it was an accident, ma'am. the irony behind that. I, like I said, decision skills were missing that week. I mean, if they were only dating, I don't see why she should just pack and leave. But
I don't know. Did he have money or something? I mean, I'm going to assume he did not.
no,
I know nothing about these people. I'm just going to assume that.
I believe it mentions they lived in a smaller home. So yeah, no, I'm going to assume that there probably wasn't. Listen, if you're living in particular areas, I don't think there's enough money for you to want to kill someone. Like me personally, if money is the motivation for me to get behind murdering you, it's got to be a dumb
Oh
amount
yeah.
of money. Like, and it's got to be damn near hassle free for me to get my hands on.
Well,
So, eh,
see, that's why I'm always surprised that people like if you want to go hire a hitman or something, and they're like, "Oh, I'll do it for $5,000." $5,000 is not nearly enough money. Not at all. I mean, if to think what the possible consequences are, like that is not nearly enough money. I mean, obviously we're taking the whole morality out of it. We're going to assume that you're just okay with offing people, right?
I
But
am.
just from a pure financial standpoint,
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly
yeah,
agree.
I need to never work again.
Listen, there's a reason why I laugh when I hear of these murder for hire plots when they come out, because the amount of money these people are offering is just, you got to be kidding me. You know what there's a saying of, like, you get what you pay for. And if you're only spending a few grand, it's not enough money. Like, it's just not enough money, because the person that's willing to take that little amount of money probably isn't smart enough to not get caught. We're
And when
back
they get
to,
caught, they're gonna rat you out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, I also just think too. Okay, this pink pickles money is
you need
never gonna get old.
pink. You do, yeah. You need pink pickles money. You do. You
It's
need
never
pink
gonna get
pickles
old.
money.
Oh, right. Like if I'm gonna go hire somebody to do something illegal for me, and
Hmm.
I'm just gonna pick a random person and tell them, please do all these illegal things for me. Like right? How do you know it's not a cop or somebody who's just gonna rat you out? I think you would. I don't know.
No self-respecting hitman's taking the job for $1,000 or even
Yeah,
$5,000. It's that simple. I don't care what anybody says. I don't know any hitman per se,
but you
but
know of
I mean, anything's possible.
for the
The
right
world's
price,
on
anything's
fire
possible.
forever. I mean, I don't really have too many issues with the morality behind being a
Yeah.
hitman, to be honest. I just find the idea of, yeah, at $5,000 for that, like, it's like when that woman got caught for trying to, the YouTuber's, was it YouTuber's wife, girlfriend, whoever tried to hire somebody. He was a ghost hunter YouTuber guy,
Okay.
and his wife tried hiring somebody to kill him for $1,000.
Yeah, no one's okay. The only person who's doing that for $1,000 is like the local meth head.
And it's probably
Uh,
not the guy you want for the job.
Yeah,
That's
because
the guy's going to get the wrong address.
they don't even yeah they don't even remember that they spoke to you.
No, they'll remember to do it. They're just going to get the wrong address.
Yeah,
It's going to be completely the wrong street or
yeah,
something. It's going to be on the other side of town. Like, no. But what made me laugh about the YouTuber thing in general, like, I feel bad for the guy. That's wild to know that your spouse was legitimately trying to hire
yeah.
someone to kill you. That's what'd you do, man? What happened? I know has something else besides leaving your dirty drawers on the floor instead of next to the laundry basket. That was not the problem that sent her over the edge for that one.
Must have had a prenup, and she wasn't going to get any money, so she couldn't just divorce him.
Oh my gosh. But what makes me laugh about it is it seems like they have a decent amount of money and stuff. Homegirl, you really couldn't afford more than $1,000? Like,
Yeah, she was just cheap. She could afford it. She was just cheap.
you don't think that's something you should probably fork out a little more money for? I mean, personally, if I'm bringing in enough money, $1,000 isn't going to be much.
If you've
So,
got money, like it's got to be proportional to. I'm with you. No one, you're not getting a good hitman for 5,000.
no, I mean,
No way.
say you've got 20,000 in savings. $1,000 isn't going to mean much if you've got 19 others sitting around. You're gonna be like, eh, whatever. I mean,
I mean,
yeah, I
I have no clue what the going rate is for a hitman. No clue, and I'm not going to Google it. I don't need to get on that list, but it better not be 5,000. I mean, that's if so. I
it's
mean,
got to
people in
be
the
more than
profession know
that.
your worth. Get more than that.
Well, I mean, just makes me a little more glad that's just a career choice I decided not to go with. Because if somebody offered me a measly 5 grand, I'd strangle them. You hiring me to kill who? You? Okay.
Yeah,
The insult behind it.
give me the 5 grand, and I'm just going to smack you. And you're going to fall and hit your head. That's insulting.
That's honestly, that'd probably be the type of hitman I'd be, hit woman I'd be. Make it look like accidents.
But see, but then can I just take your like you're gonna give me the 5 grand and I'm insulted, I'm gonna take it and I'm never gonna do the job. What are you gonna do? You're gonna call the cops and tell them I paid her to murder my husband and she didn't?
That has happened. There was a woman that did that. She was mad because it wasn't that she gave her the money. She killed the other woman's partner or something. She killed her husband. It was supposed to be like a strangers on a train type thing. They were swapping
Was this
killing each other's husbands, and the one killed the other lady's husband. And when it came time for the second lady to kill the first lady's husband, she was like, "Nah, I'm good." And then I think she told the husband that she was encouraged to kill him, and he went to the police. Like it was a whole stupid.
the one where the one lady lived in like this high rise because she ended up getting a ton of money when her husband was killed and the other lady owned a cafe and
Yeah,
then they were like because that's they were like well how do they even know each other and it turns out that the one lady owned a cafe and the other lady was a customer of the cafe which is how they met each other.
yeah.
I watched a whole show on that one. That was a good episode there. And the lady was she was like picking up garbage in the park or something and that was her alibi, but I guess that she couldn't like they saw her in the beginning of the shift at the end of the shift, but they couldn't prove where she was in the middle of the shift.
I mean,
I
probably
mean,
shouldn't
really?
base a whole scheme off of a movie where the people in the movie got caught. But I mean, do you? The
See,
movie says it all that they got caught. But do you?
well, see, I'm like you. You got to make it look like an accident because unless you live
Listen.
in a major city, a lot of these small town cops they don't deal with murders,
Hmm.
and especially if like people know you and you're a fine, upstanding citizen, they're not going to think that you're a murderer. They're going to believe that it was an accident, and they're going to half-ass look into it.
Hmm.
So if you could do a decent enough job, I hope you didn't do any internet searches on your phone or your home computer. I hope you had like a burner phone that you bought years ago. I hope that you didn't go to Walmart with your credit card 2 days ago and buy a shovel. I mean, don't do all these rookie mistakes.
Hmm. Well, I mean, there's how tos now. I mean, realistically, there's a lot of how tos. You just basically do a lot of things that other people got wrong. Like, for starters, shutting up. That's where a
Yeah.
lot of people go wrong. Shut up. Not everything needs to be said out loud to other people. I can't express enough how often people talking gets them in trouble. Not even just that, it's just everyday life. Sometimes, shut up.
Yes.
When you're talking to your boss, eh, I don't care if you're discussing what your plans are for the weekend. Here's an idea. Shut up. Like, there's so many ways to just shut. If you're making a complaint at a store because the store messed up, give them what happened and then shut up. Like, people talk too much sometimes. You just stop talking. Things don't always need to be said out loud to other people. That's it.
But if you're gonna commit a crime, don't blab. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell your best friend because they're gonna tell somebody. Don't tell anyone at all.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, unless you're calling them to help you get rid of the body, yeah, you should really just not tell anybody. Not tell anybody.
I don't know. You should watch a lot of Forensic Files episodes to prepare. You'll find out how all those people got caught, so you'll know what not to do.
I have access to the Everglades. I don't need to do much of anything. I just need to get pulled over on the way to the Everglades or on the way back from the Everglades. I'm fine. I mean, I would never plan on doing that. Why on earth would I ever need to get rid of a body? Horror of it all. So immoral.
Dreadpool's taking notes. He's writing all this down. Getting evidence.
Oh,
saving
no.
this video.
He's going to have to lift the body if it happens.
As long as he's not the victim.
No. I like him enough to not strangle him. I do love living with him. So he's one of the few people I tolerate enough that he irritates me to my very soul. But for some reason, I don't get violent urges with him. Very strange thing.
Little things in life.
Yeah. That was actually my decision. That actually helped make the decision when he asked to marry me. He's like, never actually had the urge to like put my hands around your throat and
squeeze. I don't want to murder you. You must be the one.
Yeah, and I tell him all the time, I've never liked anybody else or tolerated them as long as I've tolerated him. So, I mean, something's there. I don't know what, but something's there. I'm kidding.
True love.
I can, and you know what's sad is that I know him so well, I can hear it now. I get something you can choke. I've been married to this man for too long. Oh, yes, that's right. This is what you look for in a spouse. You look for someone you can tolerate long enough and not feel violent urges towards. It's my tip for the week.
Are you totally going to write like a romance novel? That's the premise.
I could.
Ladies, look for someone you could tolerate and not want to murder.
With all the am I the asshole stories I've seen and read, I feel like it needs to be done. There should be like an entire, I don't know, series on people in stupidity. Like
for Am I the Asshole, the whole book you need to write, one sentence. Don't marry a douchebag. Boom.
Oh my God.
We're done. That's everybody.
Oh my God. I can't tell you how often I see those stupid stories and I'm like, this is bullshit. There's no way. No way. Even some of the stuff that guys are saying, like their wives are doing, I'm like, there's no way these things are happening. Like, no way.
I think most of these things are just, AI rage bait. And I really hope they are, because I hope that this is not how people really are living and what people do. But there's people that it's like, my husband has been an asshole since the day I met him. And I've been married to him for 5 years. And he was mean to me. Should I divorce him? Okay, well, you knew who he was when you married him. Why did you marry an asshole? Like, what's wrong with you?
I actually told somebody that, believe it or not. If it's a lot meaner way to break it down, because when I'm feeling really petty, it takes over. And I don't like repeating myself and people not listening. If you're going to complain to me about something and ask my advice on something, I expect you to do anything. You don't even necessarily have to take my advice. I expect you to do something in whatever the situation is you are complaining to me about. And I have had multiple people do that and then not do anything at all to rectify the situation in which they are unhappy with. And then they come back and want to complain again and then ask me again, what would you do? And finally, I'm just like, oh, I'll fucking tell you what I wouldn't be doing. Like I wouldn't tolerate it. Not at all. I wouldn't have even put myself in this situation, period. I wouldn't have tolerated it for the first 5 minutes, much less the last 10 years or whatever. Like, you got me. Are you dumb? Did your mom drop you on your head a few too many times? Like, what happened here that you were like, I can change them to be different?
Yeah.
No, don't complain. Don't
Yeah.
complain. You knew what an asshole that person was to begin with. You can't hop onto the yeah, no.
Yeah.
I feel the Am I the Asshole stories though are also rage bait. I think that's partial. I feel
It
like a lot
is.
of
I
them are
think
written by AI.
yes. I think so many are just AI rage bait. I really do. And it's been ramping up late and I'm getting kind of annoyed. Like I want to see some good ones. I actually, I did see a really good one a few weeks ago and I should go back to see if there was ever an update. Um this girl said that I don't remember if I think he asked her to marry him. So now she's like I have to come clean about this lie I've been telling since, middle school and I don't know how to tell him. In middle school, she told everybody that she was colorblind. She's not at all, but she told people she was colorblind. So he thinks that she's colorblind, and she's like, "What do I do? I have to tell him I can't. Like, I'm gonna marry this guy. I have to tell him I'm lying." And she's like panicking, and everyone's like, "Dude, I would just laugh if you told me this. I would just laugh if that's like the giant secret you're hiding is that you can really see colors."
That is the funniest thing I've ever
Yeah.
heard. Now that's funny. That's
Yes, I
actually
was like, this is
really
a good
funny.
one.
That is hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't even
Oh.
imagine it like it was something I said one time and it just snowballed. I didn't want to have to do this assignment, so I said I was colorblind. I couldn't
Yeah,
tell the colors apart.
yeah, I forget what her reasoning was. It was something stupid. And like I said, it was like from middle school. So it wasn't, yeah. I'm like, that's a
Oh,
good one.
oh my gosh. And yes, I've seen a lot of guys make mistakes with women too, and try to
Yes.
fix them. And she's not that crazy. Just her ex made her that way. She won't be that crazy with me. No, I had a friend I used to call Captain Save a Hoe. And that is not an exaggeration. That was Captain Save a Hoe. If there was a hoe within a 5 mile radius of this asshole while he was single, he
He
was going to
found her.
find her and save her. And it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, I made a joke one time and he quit talking to me for like a couple of months because of it. Because I asked him if he had bought stock exchange in the diamond market with all the engagement rings he was purchasing, or if he was taking back the engagement ring from them each time and giving it to the next one. It's kind of like a recycle type thing.
Oh.
I can understand why I quit talking to you for a few months. I would have stopped talking to me too. But it's funny. And I was so right because it would be like, this is how bad Captain Save a Ho was. Every few months, I'd get a phone call and it's, hey, how's it going? What's up? Oh, I started seeing this girl. Oh, that's nice. That's real cool. How long you been together? We're engaged. We're engaged. Like, so you've
We
known her
should
for
slow
2 weeks,
down a
eh?
little.
You've known her for 2 weeks, eh? How many kids does she have?
Do we even know her name at that point? Like,
Do we even know if the kid's father is around? I mean, do we know how many fathers there could be? Are we sure we have all of the kids she's given birth to? We don't know anything about her. Chances are, pretty good chances were she was a stripper. He was very much the stereotypical Captain Save a Ho. It was terribly glorious at the same time. It's just,
Oh.
thank God he's grown out of it now. But yeah, it was a wild few years there being his friend. I want you to meet her. I don't think so. I don't want to meet her.
I'll wait 2 weeks to meet the next one.
Pretty much it. I'll wait for the next one. I'll meet the next one. Because it was just a running joke, and yeah, I am that asshole friend. I absolutely talk shit the whole time. Not a care to be given. Yeah. He's very much tried to help quite a few of them pay off their, go back to college. He just trying to put them through school.
Well, they must have been very good at their job then, because they should have had tons of money if they were good at their job, right?
Oh god. Yeah. Just the jokes that were made at his expense. Yeah, it was good time. It was good time. It got so bad we had his mom cracking jokes with us. And he was pissed
She's
when his
probably tired
mom
of it
came.
too.
Oh, she was beyond done. She was
Yeah.
absolutely beyond done. But she was like, because I said to her, I'm like, aren't you done meeting these girls? Like, how in the hell do you keep their names apart? Like, because they all look the same. How do you remember who's who? She's like, I don't. And I really don't want to meet these girls. But what am I supposed to say? Don't. Like, you make fun of him to his face and he still does it. I'm like, yeah, but that's also why I don't have to meet him
Yeah.
anymore. Because I looked at Wood one time and was like, oh, you look just like the last one, I'm sure. And she's like, you're rude. And I was like, that's cool. You don't have to like me. I won't. And I'm like, that's fucking fine because you won't be here next week. There'll be a
Yeah.
new one. Cheers, Bo. Good times. Dumb friends. What can I say? It happens to both genders. We all equally have problems.
There's a bunch of stupid people out there.
I mean, everybody's got to get love, right? Somebody's out there to love somebody. Hell, what's her name? Gypsy Rose. That woman was in prison for how many years? And she came out with a husband and a boyfriend.
I know. How do so many people in prison have so many people who want to marry them? And people, it blows my mind how many people send money. Like, there's people who are convicted murderers and
Oh yeah,
people
no.
send them money in love letters. I don't get it. Why?
Charles
What's wrong with
Manson.
you?
Charles Manson, before he died, he got married to a woman in her like 20s.
And what's
It was
wrong
a
with
big
her?
scandal.
I'm
She
saying.
After he died, she tried to sell his body off or show his body, take it on a tour or something. She was trying to.
Okay, so she was
She
trying to make
didn't,
money off
she
of it.
didn't care. She didn't
Yeah.
actually care for him. I don't think it was very weird. The whole thing was very strange. But she did, I believe, have contact, like physical contact with him. But it was very strange. Yeah, she wanted to take the body on like a tour like they did with
Like a sideshow tour. Like,
yeah, like they used to do with the gunslingers way back in the day. Yeah, they wanted to take him like here, pay me some money on a
yeah.
sideshow to see the body of Charles Manson.
The horse is pulling the wagon, the body's in the wagon as you're going around the country.
Yeah. Like, we shot the varmint down while he was playing poker. Yeah, that's all I think about. I don't know. I can't
There
imagine why people.
So there was a I wish I could think of what the name was called, because you know Love After Lockup, which is a trash reality show, which is amazing. But there was a reality show that it was women who, um, yeah, they were with men in prison, and there's this one lady, and it totally was a self esteem issue. She had, I don't know what, she had some sort of genetic thing going on that her limbs were short. Like, she was not a little person, but she just had short limbs.
Mm.
So for her, it totally was a self esteem thing. And like, he was in jail, so like she knew where he was, and and that he wasn't out with other women, although I'm sure he was writing other women letters and stuff. But like, she knew exactly where he was. It was like a control thing that she didn't have to worry about how he was treating her. But it was really sad though, because she had 3 kids. So they'd be at the grocery store, and on her cell phone, she gets, the collect call from prison, and she'd tell the kids, like, oh, if you don't be good, daddy's going to yell at you. Like, that's not their dad. That's her prison boyfriend. That wasn't her dad. And then he would, over the phone, he'd be like, oh, you guys better behave for your mom. And I'm like, wow, this is sad. This is sad. And I'm sure there's somebody that she could have met who would have loved her and wasn't a guy in prison who was going to be there for a long time.
I mean, no, no. Oh, the whole
Yeah.
thing, no. I've had an instance where someone has tried to overstep their boundary and tried to tell me how to do something when they had no business telling me how to do something. And I very much did not hesitate to put them on blast with the whole, what the fuck are you gonna do over the phone, bro? I can hang up and you ain't doing shit. What are you gonna do? What exactly are you
Yeah.
gonna do? You couldn't get in the car and come over here. Hell, you couldn't walk over here. You couldn't pedal your ass over here if you wanted to. There is nothing you're gonna do. Like, I hate that. I really do hate that sort of thing. That bugs me to no end. You can't expect, and then to mention, the same person said, "Oh, well, when I told so and so to do it, they said they do, and they actually do. They listen to everything I say." And I went, "How the fuck would you know? If you called me on the phone and asked me, 'Hey, are you doing this thing I wanted you to do in this way that I wanted you to do it?' Even if I didn't want to and I had zero interest in it and I knew I was lying, I'd say, 'Yep,
Yeah.
yep.' Because again, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna check? Mm, no.
And on this show, there was another lady, and she had been married to this guy for like 10 years, and he got arrested. So she stayed with him. But this lady, I mean, they had like no money at all. And every last little bit of money she had, she was giving him money to put on the books. You have to pay money for all the phone calls. And then every weekend, she had to drive, I forget how many hours, but she would drive like overnight, and then you all park on the side of the road. So this way, when they let you into the prison, like you're all lined up on the side of the road. So she would change her clothes in the car on the side of the road, so she'd look good for her man when she went to visit him, because she couldn't even afford a hotel, right? Because they had, so it's like, she was having car problems. She's like, I'm not gonna have money to fix my car, but because you're spending all this money, like, dude, don't put money on his books. Make him go work in the laundry room or something. I don't know. Like, I get it that your husband, you love him, but like, he fucked up.
Well, I've seen ones where it's the other way too, though. The guys like go out and they're like putting stupid amounts of money on the woman's books, and
Yes.
then when they get released from prison, they're spending stupid amounts of money on designer, brand,
Yes.
whatever. I saw one. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw a clip of it where it was like, I couldn't tolerate it. It was so irritating to everything. I was like, "Oh, I want your name. I want your name on the list." Because she was very obnoxious. She wasn't even pretty enough to be as whiny as she was.
Yeah.
And she's complaining to him that you didn't buy me this, that, and the other thing. And he's like, well, I bought you the other thing you wanted, and I couldn't do that and buy this. I'll have to get you that next time I get paid. Ho, no, no. I'll be the first one to say, you were not pretty enough to say something like that. You're
Yeah.
not. No, no, I am that shallow. No, no. There are some people who have zero room to talk. And yeah, she was one of those ones like, no, no, you need to stop talking. You wasted a good portion of your life, some probably what would have been your better years, sitting in a prison because you're dumb.
Yeah.
Now you're out mooching off of some guy. Like, no, No, no. The guys are entertaining too, though, the ones that get out of prison, because the women are just, it's sad. It's really sad. They really have to have self esteem issues, because I can't imagine anyone with a real good self esteem saying, hey, you know what I need? I need a guy who has a bedtime. I need to get a guy who has curfew.
Yeah.
I need to get a guy who has to call into a phone line. Like, I don't know how it is for parole and stuff, but I know like certain probations, they have to call like every couple of days or every day to see if they have to go in for like a pee test. That's what I need in my life. I need someone who has to call and check in with their supervisor. Like, no, no. I guess they miss high school, maybe.
I guess.
Because the whole thing about it, none of it really says good idea.
Someone I used to work with used to talk. She just told it like it was a funny story because she used to work at a prison, and I don't know what her job was. She was like a secretary or something. I mean, she wasn't a prison guard or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then she would talk about having to bring her man before they got married, bring him to go see his parole officer, and how everyone would always joke like, "Oh, did you meet him when you worked at the prison?" But she just told it like it was this hilarious little story, and I'm like, yeah, that's not really a funny story at all. That's not, and I would not be telling people if my man was going to his parole officer. I would not be bragging. I wouldn't be telling anybody that. I'd be hoping no one ever found out.
Yeah, no, no.
She married
They,
him, had a kid with him. Turned out he was a douchebag. They got divorced. Now she's married someone else, and guess what? He's got a record too. So
I'm
she hasn't
actually
learned.
surprised more of these people don't end up dead. Because, like, I just read a story earlier this week. There was a woman, her boyfriend was murdered by this guy. The guy went to jail, or sorry, the guy went to prison for 10 years. Her and her boyfriend's murderer got married. After 10 years, he got released, came home, and killed her and her kid that she had prior with her ex dead boyfriend. You know, the one he killed before, the whole reason he was there. And my favorite part is in the story, in the article, somebody was like, somebody that knew them was like, oh my God, I never would have guessed he had done that. Really?
He's a
Really?
convicted murderer.
The
What do you mean you
guy,
wouldn't have guessed it?
you mean the father of the child that he put hands on? You didn't think that he would have done anything to the child from the guy he killed before? Hmm. I
Yeah,
mean,
you already killed one person. Oh my gosh, I didn't think he'd do it again.
yeah, I can't fathom why a lot of people. I mean, I'm all for people getting out and having a second chance, but I'm not. I don't have any urge to. I don't see why people would want to date somebody while they're in jail. Yeah, I saw somebody say something about you can't cheat. That's a lie. There's what they call prison gay.
Well, that is though why a lot of women more so than men want to date someone in prison because that's what they think is he's not out and about cheating.
There's not even true either, though,
But
because if
but
you think you're the only one putting money on his
I was
books
just
and
gonna
calling
say,
him, then you must be crazy.
even if he's not physically cheating, yes, he's emotionally cheating because it is everything he's telling you. He hangs up the phone with you and he makes a phone call to the next lady. Hangs up with her, makes a phone call to the next lady.
Yep. I
He
just somebody
writes
that did
three
that.
he writes three copies of the same exact letter.
Yep. I had a friend that did that. She dated a guy while she was dating him before he went to jail. And she stayed with him while he was in jail. He did a few months. It was stupid. And she got all upset when he got out because she found out he was cheating on her. And she thought that he just started when he got out. Come to find out, talking to the other girl, it was like, no, he was writing her those beautiful little love letters
Yep.
too from jail and sending and calling her from jail. And of course, she was putting money on his books too. Like, I mean,
If any of you watching are dating someone in jail, please think about it. Please think about it. Is that really the best decision for you to make? I hope none of you are dating people in jail, but might be. We don't know.
uh, there's things I wouldn't do, but you do you. If you like it, I love it.
If you're doing it though, I do want to know details, so feel free to tell us all about it. Let's be real. I'm
I
nosy.
mean, can you
I'm
go
here
on
for it.
Love After Lockup? Because that show,
I
I
love.
can't watch it regularly because they irritate me way too much. But every once in a while, it's like like an episode of Jerry Springer from back in the day. It's great. I've seen a few where like, oh my god, he's cheating, and then it clips, and it like switches to the guy, and he is cheating, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Hey girl, I'm coming right now. I'm about to leave the house now, and it's like yes, yes. We're just missing Murray Perovich now. We need a little Murray sprinkled in there. Although, for all I know, they could have done a few paternity tests on the show and I missed it. But anything's possible.
I used to watch Love After Lockup all the time because it's just trash TV, but it's so wonderful. I stopped watching it one of the seasons where the way she said his name was so annoying. But the guy's name was Lamondre, but she was like, I can't even say how she did. Like, just she said it weird. The way that she stressed the syllables in Lamondre was so annoying. But the dude wasn't getting out of jail. So I don't know how she scammed production of thinking he was getting out of jail because he had like 20 years left on his sentence. So it's not like he was supposed to get out and then he like got in a fight and they kept him in. No. He had 20 years left. He wasn't getting out. But what's weird is he had money somehow and he would send her money. Like he's in jail, but he would send her money. And I was like, okay, that's like the one prison I can see why you want to date that dude then, because you don't really have to date him and you're getting money. Make a couple phone calls and it was weird.
I would have way too many questions for that, and for something like that, you can't ask questions.
Oh well, I mean, the guy was like a giant drug kingpin, is what he was. That's how he
Well,
had
yeah, no,
money.
he's
Yeah,
still selling drugs from prison, but
yeah.
yeah, no, I don't know. Those people are just. I mean, are they really any different though from the 90 Day Fiance people? If you think about it, those
No,
people have like a certain kind of glutton for punishment too. Because there was one guy like a couple of seasons ago, and he pretty much spent his entire time working to send this woman money in like Russia, I think it was. And she wouldn't even meet him when he finally went over to visit her. And when
this
he came back,
wasn't.
he's like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. I'm gonna go back and talk
Was
to."
this the young fat guy, Anfisa? Because she ate Jorge and Anfisa, which she actually came out and they got married, but then he went to jail and she divorced him. But
No, I don't think
oh
so. No, no, no. He was a nail technician.
oh, I
I
don't know
can't
that.
remember his name, but it was something like Adam or something. I think Mike or whatever. But he was a nail technician. So I mean, I think he lived in like. Actually, I don't remember where he lived, but he was a nail technician, and it's like, well, you got to work a lot to be spending over. Because he would say, sent her a couple of grand, and it's like, okay, that just seems insane to me. He went over to Russia to meet her. She kept making excuses on why she couldn't meet up with him. And he just kept holding out this hope that she was going to meet up with him. It was very sad. Very like,
See, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel sad for those people though, because yes, they're scamming you for money, but there's also a reason that you're trying to pretty much buy somebody from a different country.
yeah,
You're
yeah. I
not so
mean,
innocent in the equation either.
it's
And
usually a
not to say all of
creepy
them, because there
person.
are people who truly do. You meet somebody from a different country and you fall in love. There are people who truly
Yeah,
aren't in it for the wrong reasons. There's a lot of people that both sides are in it for the wrong reasons. They're just using each other. So
that's true. I do agree with that. I mean, a lot of times when you find those types of people, it's usually like someone who's trying to be with someone not in their age category and it's not appropriate.
Yeah.
Those ones always bother
Yeah.
me. The
Big
way they
Ed.
try to sell you on the fact that they're super happy, and it's like, what do you honestly have in common? Name one hobby that you two would spend a Saturday afternoon doing together. Like, I don't even
Yeah.
care if it's we like to go to the farmer's market and get the week's fruits. That's at least an activity you two are doing together.
I want to know what's one conversation you could even have with each other. What do you even talk about?
Well, there was one guy, and I remember his girlfriend or fiance was like younger than his daughter. And he had taken, for some reason or another, he had bought his ex wife's car
The
and
Mazda
still had
Miata.
it.
You
Yeah.
told her not to touch the windows.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the weirdo. And then he
Yes.
had her. Oh, he was so creepy. It was like, dude,
That guy's a huge creep.
you're not even trying to treat her as somebody you would consider a partner. Even I'm
Yeah.
not even going to go into. We know you're not treating her as an equal, dude. This is like you're essentially parentifying yourself. That's not weird to you at all. Like that's not. Eh, don't get me wrong. I have moments where I have to be the adult in a situation and tell everyone to knock it off or something. But like, I'm not doing it on a regular basis. Don't touch the windows. I'm like, you touch the fucking windows and get fingerprints all over them. You're cleaning them. I ain't doing that shit. I don't do windows. I'm not telling you not to touch them because I don't want you to. I don't want to clean it. So that guy was just creepy. So creepy. Didn't he end up getting arrested too? I think he ended up getting arrested later for like domestic or
I
something.
think he did. And
Dude.
yeah, that guy's a creepy psycho.
And Big Ed,
Yep.
that
Big Ed.
weirdo. I don't know how he's still walking around. I genuinely am confused. The things he said to women, he should have been on the list.
And he just wanted her because she was young and out of his league.
Oh, he's so creepy. He's
Yeah.
creepy with everybody, though. The things he says. He was even weird with the other woman who was closer in age to him. He was
Yeah.
so weird about it. And what makes it worse is it seemed like she had Stockholm syndrome. Like, she wasn't really happy to be there, but she didn't really want to leave either. So I was like, what's wrong with this? What's going on? Blink twice if you need help.
I wonder what he's doing now. Oh, in February he was in the hospital. Oh, he had the flu and bronchitis, whatever.
Mm,
I mean,
boring.
this was in September. He was engaged for the fourth time. This article, yeah, from September. So I don't know whatever
Ooh.
happened with this. Oh, after a 24-hour courtship.
Oh yeah, that's why, because you don't know nothing.
Oh, so it doesn't say how old he is, but she's only 29.
He's like, he's over 50. I know he's that. I'm willing to bet he's not old. No, I'm just kidding. Like 375,000 years, maybe. I don't know. Although he may not be as old as you think, because I would imagine the stressful life of not being able to look behind you probably ages you a lot.
Let's see. Let's Big Ed age. Let's see how old he is. He's 59 years old.
Yeah, I stand corrected. He's aging from the stress of not being able to look behind him. I bet you his friends have never had to say, "Oh my God, she's right behind you. Quick, look, but don't make it obvious." How you gonna do that, Big Ed? How's that gonna happen? Hmm?
Uh, Yeah, he's. I was actually was thinking there was some couple. Her name was Allah, and I can't think of what the guy's name is.
Mhm.
This guy, he lived like I want to say he lived outside Cincinnati, and um, it was like he had been married 4 times, 3 or 4 times, and he met Allah in Russia, and his whole family was against it because they were like, "You're gonna get married." And it's like the fourth or the fifth time, and you're crazy. They actually were really sweet together, and they actually really did care about each other. And when she came over, like his family was grilling her, and she didn't say that she loved him because she's like, I don't know him well enough to know if I love him. And I was
Mm.
like, wow, that's actually like a normal answer though. So she did make it clear that she wanted to come over. She had a son, and she was trying to make a better life for herself. But they were so cute together though, because like I said, they really did seem like they kind of like they grew to love each other and they had a good relationship. But I was thinking about them the other day. I hope they're still together. They were cute.
Oh, it's like David and Annie. I
Oh
didn't really
yeah,
like David at first, but I've always liked Annie. And then later on, I really liked both of them together because he seemed, after he got his stuff figured out for the most part, I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm sure he's still got his issues, but he got it enough together and they seem very happy. And they have, I think, 2 kids now.
oh, they have kids now. I'm
Yeah.
shocked that they're still together. I he seemed like such a creepy weirdo, but like yeah, somehow they're making it work.
Oh, she was adorable pregnant. They did that
Yeah,
Pillow Talk show, and yeah, he was so cute. She'd be wanting something and he'd go and make a whole tray of it and bring it over to her, and she'd be so happy sitting there bouncing. They're cute. Yeah, I didn't like him at first. He was very creepy and
yeah,
very lazy for someone his age, which was kind of strange considering the fact he wanted to marry someone he had to take legal privilege, financially. He had to provide for financially because she, couldn't work. And he instead relied on his friend to get money. And it
yep.
was
Oh yeah,
very weird.
dude.
Very
Yeah,
weird.
his friend. He was a freaking weirdo. Something is not right about that guy.
I
Yeah,
bet they're probably like, they've been friends for most of their lives. And he's probably so used to David's nonsense. He's probably just like,
yeah,
yeah, whatever. Because I think he, he was just like, yeah, whatever. If I do this, he'll leave me alone.
yeah.
I won't have to deal with them. Oh, who knows? That's too funny. I always
I love
prefer
trash
them.
TV. You know, it's fun.
I have concerns over new trash TV though. I've noticed that a lot of. Have you ever watched anything on the Zeus network?
I don't even know what that is.
I'm not entirely sure. I'll be honest, because I don't actually watch the Zeus network. I don't know if it's an app or a channel on cable or something. Probably both. I'm guessing it's both. But they have a bunch of shows on there, like Bad Girls Club. Not Bad Girls Club. What is
I
it?
hate Bad Girls Club, but
Yeah, well, it's Baddies. That's what it's called. Baddies. It's like Bad Girls Club, but not as entertaining. Bad Girls Club used to
huh.
like, they would have actual reasons to argue on it, but they would actually do stuff too. This Baddies show, all they do is fight. They go out to go eat. None of them ever eat anything. It's just ridiculously disrespectful. In every show I've noticed that I've seen on Zeus or advertised that it's on the Zeus network is exactly like that. Like people do nothing but fight, and they're not even good fights. They just
So,
fight.
so I just pulled up the website. Uh, the banner on the page is for Baddies Africa. There's also Baddies Gone Wild. There's Baddies Midwest. Jocelyn's Cabaret Texas Reunion.
Oh,
And all of these shows have like a gazillion people on them. There's like Baddies Midwest. There must be like 20 people in this photo.
well, Jocelyn from Jocelyn's Cabaret, she was on Love and Hip Hop New York, I think it is, or was.
Oh well,
And
Now she's in Texas at a cabaret.
Yeah. Um, Bits and pieces I've seen from her show, they're always fighting and always arguing. It's just I question if the Zeus Network is
Oh,
just like a really
Fatty's Caribbean.
stretched out version of everybody fight, get on TV and fight. It's a bit concerning though.
Fatty's East. This is there's a Jocelyn's Cabaret New York. So apparently she goes around the country. Oh, Bad Boys Texas.
Uh,
Fatty's West. This is insane. Who's watching all of this?
I mean, like I said, I feel like people are just watching it for people to fight.
Okay, so there is a show called Bobby I Love You Purr, like Purr. This actually though, I forget Bobby's last name. If he's Bobby's, I don't know. I saw Bobby's on what's the name of the show? House of Villains, and Bobby's actually hilarious. I don't know what show he comes from originally, but he's hilarious.
Hmm.
House of
Probably.
Villains is like it just makes fun of other reality shows. It's pretty funny.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't quite understood
Yeah,
the House
who
of
is
Villains
watching all?
thing.
I didn't even know this was a thing. Baddies Atlanta. Yeah, who's watching all of this? Although now I feel like I have to watch some of this.
There we go. No, I just want to know how they. I'm wondering how they set up those shows. If they just when they're looking to hire people, do they say you can come on the show if you can fight? Like, is it a Waffle House type interview? Because you know they ask you if you can fight when you go to get hired at Waffle House, right?
Yeah, that's a requirement.
Yeah.
If you can't fight, you don't get hired.
So I'm wondering if it's like a Waffle House type thing where they're like, okay, you can do baddies, but you need to know how to fight. You got to fight insurance. Do they have fight? Yeah, they have fighters insurance. I'm sure boxers use it.
Yeah, Waffle House has their own policy. I was so caught up in browsing what Zeus has to offer and how many different versions of baddies there were. I didn't know the stream went out. So, yeah, I was just so caught up, and I can't believe how much is on this.
I've given
This
you a
is
new rabbit hole to go down. It's
who
intriguing, right? It's confusing. Why are there so many people fighting?
who came up with this station, channel, network, whatever it's called? Who was putting money behind this? Who was watching
What
this?
are the requirements to get your own show? That's what I want to know. That's the big question. What are the requirements? I miss Jerry Springer too. Jerry was amazing. I miss Mary Povich. Those shows were
Dude,
awesome. I
dude,
miss the 90s versions of those shows. Those were even better. You guys know what shows I'm talking about.
I love Maury Povich.
The,
I,
is it a
dude,
he? Is it a she? Guess this person's career. Those random shows out of nowhere in between the
yes.
paternity tests. Those were
I
great.
love Maury. He's like one of the original trash TV. He was like a legitimate person, and then he just realized, wait, I can make money off paternity tests.
Okay,
I'm
so
good. I'll just do it. And he just did years of paternity testing and didn't even care.
So you want to hear something funny about the paternity test company that he used to use, though? That a lot of them used on their shows, believe it or not. The company has recently come under fire and is being sued right now for falsifying
No.
reports, falsifying results,
Oh.
um, just giving, like, because apparently they wouldn't even run the DNA and they would just say, "Oh yeah, these two are related." Or there were cases where they
Wow.
ran the DNA and they found out these two were not father and child or whatever. And they'd say, "You know what? We don't really like the way that came out, so we're going to change that." So my first
Wow.
question was, I wonder if they've ever changed somebody's paternity from them being related to them not being
Yes.
related. So I wonder because there was a few of those those Murray shows I remember back in the day watching, and I'm like, that's gotta be that guy's kid. Like, there's no way that kid looks just like him.
See,
And then they're like, you are not the father. And she's crying and swearing up and down, and he's losing his mind. And I'm like, there's no way. No way. So I wonder,
yeah.
for
See,
better, for
what
worse.
I love about Maury is I love on the men's side. I love it when they say it's not their kid, but it's for stupid reasons because it's like
He doesn't
just
have much hose.
well, no, he'd be like, see this little baby? He has tiny teeth. My teeth aren't tiny. Okay, well, sir, he's 1 year old. Of course he has tiny teeth. But like, right, it's just something stupid, and that's their whole logic for why it's not their kid. And on the women's side, I absolutely love because the higher percentage of
The
how much they
bigger,
say it's the
better
father, the
chance it
more
ain't
you
his
know.
baby.
Yeah, it's like I'm 1,000% sure that he's the father. I didn't sleep with anybody else, and then he's not the father, and they run away crying. And they're like, oh well, there's 5 other people.
Oh my gosh, those were always my favorite because the one it never failed without a doubt. Anyone that ever walked on that show and said, "I am 1,000% that this person's the father," or if it's I'm 101%
Yeah,
he's the that ain't his baby.
yeah. If
And
it's
chances
over,
are it's like one of six guys. She's gonna have
correct.
to come back 6 times. There was one
The
woman that came
higher,
back like 20 times and she
I
still couldn't find him, so she just gave up. And then
yeah.
she came back another time, a few years later, to talk about how difficult it was that she had been on the show 20 times, still couldn't find the father, and had just decided to give up and raise the baby on her own. What?
Don't feel sorry for you, lady. You did it to yourself.
You said it out loud with your whole chest to the nation
The
on
higher the
broadcast
percentage,
television.
the higher the percentage goes
Mhm,
above 100,
mhm.
the more candidates there are for who the father is.
Yep, yep,
And yeah, so Perry, because I like the Steve Wilco show we watched too. We watched old episodes of it.
yeah.
The lie detector guy for the Steve Wilco show, he got in trouble because he was sending out a whole bunch of racist emails to his staff. And like lie detector tests, there's debatable whether they're even
Oh
legit or
yeah,
not from the get go.
yeah.
But then like this doesn't even have to do with the show. This has to do with his lie detector company doing stuff for people trying to get hired to be like to work for New York City, and he was sending out all these racist emails. Yeah, so that guy got in trouble.
Obviously, he didn't find the right one because he didn't get beat up for it.
Yeah,
So that's his saving grace right there. He obviously didn't send it to the wrong one. Very lucky, sir. Very lucky. Because I know if you had sent me one of those, you would have been eating through a tube for a few months.
yeah.
That's me. Hey, hey.
Well, speaking of beat people up, Perry just wrote in the chat. I used to date Ricky Lake, but Pink Pickles beat her up, and she lost my number real fast. Got that right. Screw you, Ricky is my man.
Oh, come on. Ricky was funny back in the day. I liked her show too.
I know Perry loves Ricky's show. Perry loves Ricky Lake.
She was,
So I better not see her. She better not cross me.
she had her moment just like Oprah did, where it was like, okay, are we getting skinny Ricky? Or are we getting
Right.
chunky Ricky?
Yeah.
Which Ricky are we getting this week? Because I mean, we all remember the '90s, or maybe it was the late '80s and the early '90s, whatever. But everybody like it was obsessed with like, what's Oprah's weight going to be
Yes.
this month? Ricky Lake was
The
the
same
version
thing.
of
Yep.
that. What she look like? Yeah,
She
I
was one
always.
of the youngest people though who had her own talk show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I was always impressed because it was like she appeared overnight out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it was like, oh, Vicky's famous. It's like, well, who is she? Where'd she come from? I don't remember anything with
Yeah.
her before that. I remember her doing the Ricky Lake show, and then she was in Serial Mom way later. I'm pretty sure it was
She
later.
was in Hairspray, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was in Hairspray. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. Yeah, she was. She was. I believe that
We
was after Ricky Lake too.
So we watched some movie where this was Fat Ricky,
Mhm.
and she was like obsessed with the guy who worked in the subway, but so she would always like watch him and stuff, but it turns out that he had a girlfriend, but she somehow like seduced this dude, but then she was like, oh, he won't like me because I'm fat, but he did. I don't know, it was just such a weird like late 80s, early 90s movie that like yeah.
Gotta love those movies. Yeah, yeah. I hate romance. Those
Yeah.
about the closest what I can get behind is like I think 16 Candles, maybe. But even then, that one, I always find those types of movies irritating because it's like they always forgive them for doing something that you should not be forgiving somebody that you just met that for.
Yeah.
I'm all for forgiveness if you've been together for a while and they do something a little stupid. But if I just started talking to you, this is like our third date, and you hit on the waitress or something, like I don't really care what your excuse is. I'm out. Enjoy that, buddy. But yet, if it's a romance movie, they're going to take them back. They're going to fall in love with them. They're going to move into a new house with them.
Well, I barely remember this movie. What wasn't there that movie though where Sandra Bullock again, she was like obsessed with the guy who took the tokens at the subway station, and the guy got into an accident and he was in a coma, and she convinced his family that she was dating him, and they
Oh,
just didn't know
yeah.
about her, but then she fell in love with the guy's brother.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like no one thought that was creepy behavior in her part that she like randomly followed a dude to the hospital and pretended to be his woman. Like that's kind of messed up.
One movie that irritated me was My Best Friend's Wedding. She's known this guy her whole life. They've been best friends forever. So they've been both single at various times throughout there. But she's going to wait until she's at the uh, getaway for the weekend for the wedding. And she's been asked to be a bridesmaid. Like, or what was it? Maybe she was supposed to be like the groom, whatever. She's in the wedding though. It's like, seriously?
Is Julia
Now's when you
Roberts in this
decide to.
movie?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I may have seen it.
The Notebook. I could rent on that movie all day. I hate The
I never
Notebook.
saw The Notebook.
I hate that movie.
Isn't the girl like dying?
At the end, yeah, she gets Alzheimer's, so he reads her notebooks to remind her of him.
Oh, I thought she died young. They died
No,
old. They're
no, they
old.
have the most
Oh,
toxic relationship of getting together, breaking up. He stalks her, chases her down on a date, ruins her date. Like, it's a whole thing. He builds a house because she makes a comment and they're one of their dates, and she's like, my dream house is da 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 da. This fool goes ahead and builds it from scratch, and then he tells you, I built the house for you. And that's swoo. Yeah, the whole thing is just bleh, bleh,
uh,
bleh. He ruins her wedding ceremony to somebody else. Like, it's just, and then at the end, he's reading her notebooks to remind her of how he stalked her, chased her down, made her life hell so she'd get married to him. Beautiful love story. Wonderful love story. She dies at the end.
so as she's dying, he's like, I didn't want you to forget that I'm a psycho when I stalked you.
I mean, we've built our whole life on the fact that you can't escape me. You'll never leave me. You thought you would. Never.
Yeah, I've never seen The Notebook or read it.
Oh, it's terrible. It's bad.
Apparently, I don't need to. So,
I just told you the whole story
yeah,
right
I'm
there. You're
good. I got
welcome.
it.
That is the entire plot in a nutshell. No, thank you. No. You know what is a really good love story that's a movie, I will say? Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's a beautiful love story. I mean, it's a bit stalkerish, not very healthy at times, but he ends up dead at the end. So, I mean, better than 50 Shades of Grey.
I feel like any love story, though, you're going to see in a movie is going to be slightly not
Problematic.
healthy because it's not going to make a good movie. Like, if a good guy meets a good girl and they fall in love and have a good life, and right? Like, where's the entertainment value in that?
I don't know. I would actually watch a movie based on me and Dreadpool's dating. It was hella entertaining. And best part is, he didn't really do anything he had to beg for forgiveness for.
See, I told you every love story has a stalker in it. There, you just said you'd watch it. There's a little bit of stalkerish behavior.
Oh, that's too funny. He wrote that in the chat just as I was saying. Oh, that's too funny. No, I mean we don't. I joke that he stalked me, but the truth is, no. I would
He
not have
says
continued talking to him if I thought he had actually. I've
he's
had
no. He
stalkers.
said you stalked him.
Oh,
He says that he didn't give you attention and you stalked him.
yeah, kind of. I can't argue completely with that one. Kind of. No. No and yes. No and yes. Yes. He did ignore me. Yes, it actually attracted me more to him because it irritated me to no end. Did I stalk him? No, because I was already supposed to be at those places. He was invited after the fact. So, really, who's stalking who? Besides, I went out of town with some friends, like over an hour away. Who showed up? So, I mean, really, who stalked who? I might have started it a little bit, but he definitely flirted with the idea of a restraining order. Just saying. Just saying.
Like I said, any good movie that you're going to have isn't going to be just a normal, boring love story. Doesn't make it good, but see, a little bit of stalking involved.
I didn't want the picture with you. Again, I still stand by the whole moment of this is the guy. This guy. I
What
was
was he?
sold a dream and given a nightmare.
What was he
Okay.
dressed as that you wanted a photo of him?
I didn't want a photo with him. Other people wanted a photo of the two of us. It was our first picture that we've ever taken together. And honestly, I don't remember who he was dressed up as, but he was a dead guy. He was dressed as the zombie from a. He was supposed to be somebody from a rock band or something. I think I don't.
Okay.
I don't remember, but he kind of looked like Rob Zombie. He looked like Rob Zombie. Oh, Dimebag Daryl. He looked like Rob Zombie though.
What were you dressed as?
A vampire from the 1960s. 1960s, I think it was.
Okay.
Something like that. No. Basic. Very basic. It was a Halloween party. I wanted to be able to entertain myself and be comfortable at the same time. It was a costume that worked.
Did you dress as a vampire because you wanted to bite his neck?
I didn't know him at the time. That was the first night I met him. That was the first night I met him. And I was fighting with myself trying to take drinks with those teeth in my mouth. That was more difficult than anything else. Those things do not stay on very well. So that is what it is.
So
But
why did everybody want to get your picture together? If this is the first time you met him, were they all trying to set you guys up?
I'm not really entirely sure on that one. I know a lot of it was they wanted us to meet for various reasons. Um, I don't know. I really don't know. I've heard one friend say, "Yeah, we were purposely setting you up and encouraging you two to hang out." I heard one say, "No, but once we noticed there might have been something noticeable, we were like, go ahead and push." And then I actually lost friends because they were upset that he and I ended up getting married and having a child. So I guess it depends on who you ask.
Were they upset because they wanted to marry him and you got
Pretty
him?
much,
So they
yeah.
were
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And the funny thing is they were already married themselves with kids. And they never had a shot. So, and it was like, why did you not do something beforehand?
yeah, when you were all single.
But yeah, so just
And
depends.
apparently you were looking good when you picked him up at the airport when he flew in.
I was going to another costume party, and that wasn't my fault. My mom had made a cabaret costume for someone. And unfortunately, because she had done all this beading, she'd done a full beaded set, a brawl belt for dancing. And she'd done all the beading by hand, spent a whole lot of time doing it in these particular colors, making it real pretty. And then when she gave it to the girl for a gift, the girl decided she was not going to dance anymore, so she was never going to wear it. Well, this costume party came around, and mom said she was disappointed that the costume had never been worn. It would never be worn. It's never going to be seen by anybody. She put so much work and love into it. It's just a shame. And I went, kind of similar in size. I could wear it. Well, maybe, but no, it's no big deal. I was like, well, I'll just ask her if I can borrow it. No problem. I borrowed it. Happened to come find out. It was like, oh, well, Judd needs a ride home from the airport. I was like, okay, can you go get him? Okay. So I went to pick him up in the airport in a full beaded cabaret costume for belly dancing. Not like I set up to do it on purpose. It was something I was already wearing when I was asked to go get him. So
Sure.
it is what it is. Listen, I used to wear costumes like that all the time. So seeing me in a belly dance costume isn't really anything special, in my opinion. It might be for a lot of people, but for me, it's just a random Saturday. I wear those. I have a closet full of those costumes. It's nothing to me. Sorry to break bubbles. Besides, I was really young and looked amazing in those. Okay. And I'm definitely one of those women. I will dress to look good. And I do not mind when people stare at me. It's fine by me.
Gotta use what you got.
Listen, nobody notices your personality from across the room. I said what I said.
Very true.
No one's ever looked at me and been like, oh my God, her personality is amazing. Let me go talk to her. I know what I am. I know who I am. That's not why anybody ever wants to talk to me. My personality is not winning me friends. That's okay. Because I'm pretty. I don't have to be nice.
I was gonna say the personality of you making fun of your friends.
I mean, why do you think they all tolerate me?
Triple just said, I said, oh my God, her personality is crazy. Let me go talk to her.
That's been a long running joke for him. He just met the boss of crazy, so he said, I have to marry that. I absolutely need to marry that. I want to be scared for the rest of my life and on my toes. I need to marry her. Oh, she's crazy? Wife her up. Yeah, that's true. I agree with that. When women don't dress to impress men at all. I mean, there are occasions where, yeah, we do dress to impress a particular man, not men in general. There are outfits I've worn like, I bet he'll like this one. But for the most part, yeah, I dress to, well, I wouldn't necessarily say to outdo other women or look better than other women. I do, however, dress for confidence because if I think I look good, I genuinely don't care what happens around me. I can handle it. And women can be mean.
I 100% dress for comfort. I don't give a shit. I want to be
do dress for
comfortable.
comfort a lot of times, but if I have to do certain things, yeah, I dress to feel comfortable because, yeah, a lot of times I am being stared at. It's not a looks thing. They're not always staring at me because like, oh, she. No. Depending on what job I'm doing, a lot of people stare.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel best if I'm not worried that they're finding something wrong with me to stare at. Like, I've gone to the grocery store, called up my mom, and been like, okay, I was just with you. What's wrong with what I'm wearing? Was there something on my face? Was my hair looking a little too ridiculous? Because I've had like four people give me these weird looks while I'm walking by, and I'm why? But if I know I look all right, I'm like, they're just being weird. Find something else to do, homie. But you have to have the confidence to be able to look at someone and go,
I really hope that that's the screenshot that gets picked for the thumbnail next week. That was
what did he say he was gonna do for the screenshot? He was gonna do something with the. Oh God, I can't. Oh man, yes, the
yeah,
best
we can't
screenshots
say.
ever. Best screenshots ever. I have faith. I have
Yeah.
faith.
Yeah, next week will be a good thumbnail. That was a good face though.
Well, I mean, if you gotta hit him with a little pizzazz. Somebody annoys you, you gotta give him a little pizzazz. Make him think twice about continuing the eye contact. Nobody messes with crazy. Nobody. Except for other crazy. Oh, it's too funny. My goodness, it's almost midnight now.
Yes.
All right. That's enough.
I don't have to work tomorrow, but I'm tired. I've been up all day. Hopefully I can sleep in tomorrow. If not, I'm taking a nap.
I support that. Naps. And then get barbecue when you wake up from your nap.
Actually, I'm going to make tacos tomorrow is what I'm going to do.
Oh, that sounds good. I might go get tacos tonight. Yeah. I mean, I'll see if we can get Ricky Lake on. I doubt it, but I mean, we can try. I wouldn't say no. Dreadpool, this is. I gotta go feed this guy because he keeps showing me food. He's standing in the kitchen eating. I mentioned tacos. He starts pulling out the ingredients to make taco. I'm gonna go eat and feed him as well. Obviously, we're all hungry. It's late. It's midnight. We get a midnight snack.
Yeah, Perry's dream if he interviews with 90s talk show hosts.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Unfortunately, some of the ones I really want to talk to are dead though, because Jerry Springer was funny. But and you know that guy could talk, being what was he, a senator, congressman? No, senator.
He was the mayor of Cincinnati, wasn't he?
I think he was a mayor too. Yeah, I know he was in politics before.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, folks, it is almost midnight.
Yes.
Let Pink go to sleep. Let me go eat.
Yes. Hopefully you all have the day off tomorrow.
I hope so.
If you have fireworks, be safe. Don't shoot them out of your butt.
I mean, if you do, I'll be seeing you soon. Don't worry. It is the busiest time of year for me. You guys make my job way too lively and easy. Stop putting fireworks up your ass. I greatly appreciate that. There was another story. Stop putting fireworks up your ass. That's all I ask.
Common sense. Should be, but don't do it. Be safe.
I never thought I'd have to say those words and actually mean them. Please stop sticking fireworks up your butt. For not just me, but for the whole planet, if you don't mind. It's embarrassing to everyone. But with that being said, firework safety is your friend. Have a bucket of water, please, nearby, or a fire extinguisher. I'm definitely leaving now. So, with that being said, I'm not reading that Dreadpool. I'm Death Dealer.
And I'm Pink Piggles.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.